man. Enjoying the stream. Kind of dropping this stream kind of late, but who cares? Who cares? Hopefully, I just got some people to come in here and vibe with me tonight. Instead of y'all coming and watching it tomorrow morning or later on. But as soon as I click the live button, I hear my kids stumping and making noise upstairs. Make sure I hit that thumbs up button. Let's get it. Shout out to my boy Anthony Ortiz, Mom Nasty. Coming through. Hey, yeah, definitely on this late one, but I ain't that tired like I thought I was gonna be. So I just said, fuck it, let me get on. I was watching that new movie Morbius, the Marvel movie. I ain't finished it, but I'm gonna probably finish it once I get off this month, or that's if I can go to sleep. But yeah, make sure I hit that. My fucking last fucking video went fucking kind of viral. Not my last video, but my last live stream. It didn't go viral on my page, but like just on YouTube, the YouTube world, drama world. Yeah, it did. It's crazy because I talk so much positivity, so much about positivity, but as soon as I start talking about like drama, that's when my shit get picked up. People notice. But it wasn't picked up for no drama. I mean, it was picked up. Somebody screened, they watched my video because of the drama surrounded but my video wasn't about drama. My video wasn't negative, but it was because of negativity why my video was seen. So that's kind of fucked up that we live in a world that positivity doesn't get the same light as negativity. But hey, if this ain't heaven we living on, like this is hell. So shit, what you expect? 6 people in here, 3 likes. Yeah, hit that like button. Shout out to Common Sense coming through. Man, yeah, like this fucking, I say June has been a fucking hectic month. Just overall, as far as like backlash type of drama type shit. It's brought me more fucking views and it's brought me more attraction to my fucking page. So I can't complain about that. But I just hate that it was under those type of terms. But if people gonna click on your video for whatever reason, hey, is no such thing as bad publicity. So it's like, damn, do I need to talk about more drama shit on a daily basis to get watched, get seen? Do I need to cover it like drama? Is that what I need to do? That's the exactly, like that's the whole thing. Like shit, all publicity is really good publicity. Like you really can't get mad if you're in a lane where like celebrity, fucking some type of fame, some type of notoriety. When you make the media for whatever reason, and you selling a product or you got a service, it's gonna bring people to it. So you gotta always remind yourself, like, well, I gotta remind myself, it ain't about like shit negative versus positivity. And it ain't about being all positivity because you know there's no such thing as being all positive. You can't have one without the other. You can't have negative without positivity. It's just good and bad. It's the same thing. I ain't gonna say it's the same thing, but yeah, it's one of the same coin. Like so. But it's crazy that people gravitate, like when it's some bullshit, more people's gonna come to it. Like literally, they're gonna fucking flock to it. Like, damn. But if I'm trying to talk some positivity, give some game and some wisdom out, ain't nobody around. Literally, the fucking video of my live stream, not my live stream, but somebody who posted my video, that ended up getting like 300 some thousand views, and my live stream is over here not even reaching 1,000. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, so it's like, do I really need to change up my whole fucking my, platform because because it's really not getting no type of traction unless it's on some bullshit. Like that's the fucked up part. But it's not like I'm gonna change who I am to bring you that content. It's like I just think I need to change the type of content that I'm fucking putting out there. Hold on, y'all. Not bad. But yeah, like shit, we just live in the world where shit, negativity, drama, bullshit could get you paid way quicker, way faster than fucking a positive message. What, Gigi? I said yes. There's a balance in it. Good and bad. It's like damn. Yeah, like shit. 100% Anthony, like shit. That's why I can't, like I said, can't get caught up on like shit always being bad, good. Like can't look at shit like that. Because at the end of the day, it's all subjective. What's bad for somebody else could be good for somebody. The opposite, like so, vice versa. So I mean, like I didn't get backlash for the stream, the live, the video I did. It was actually a lot of positive comments. I did see a lot of people saying, "Why is he talking? Where he coming up out of nowhere, talking about his brother's situation?" But I wasn't really talking about my brother's situation. I was talking about my nieces who were affected because of my brother's situation. So like that was like the only kind of backlash I seen through that. But overall, it was like mostly positive. So even though it's on a drama page, a T page, what they posted was actually positive content. So I feel like they need to do that more. Shit, you mean I feel like instead of having like a drama page or a T page, people should have like pages that's like promoting the positive shit that people do, like the YouTubers do. Like don't always just point out the bad and like the negativity. Yes, I know it sells, but at least you can like kind of implant that into your fucking your system. Like shit, don't just always be quick to drag a motherfucker, especially when you don't have full details of a situation. Like so that'd be a lot of internet shit going on, but that ain't nothing new. Like shit, literally, that ain't nothing new. But I did get a little, some more subscribers off that shit though. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm like, damn, do I really need to like switch the lane, switch gears on them? Like, yeah, it's still positive minds only because that's who I am. That's the mindset I have. But overall, to bring the people to the platform, I think people see positive minds only. They're like, just scroll right past it. Like, it's nothing they can resonate with. Like so, because and they can't resonate with it because guess what? They're always thinking negative, always some negative shit on their mind. Like so, when they see a fucking page or a brand called Positive Minds Only, like, I can't relate. So let me just keep it moving. Like shit, but I don't know. And then like, the fucking, you know what I could have talked about though? That fucking girl who was mad at her baby daddy for only buying like one fucking, buying his son some McDonald's. Like I could have fucking titled some shit like that. Probably got a couple views, but like that ain't something like that I'm interested in. Like even though I am in that lane because I do have kids, got 7 kids, so 3 different baby mamas. Well, my wife and 2 baby mamas. So I have spent times where my kids, well, my oldest son, he's the only child. So my first baby mama, I don't have this issue. The second one, like I had 3 kids with her, and she had 3 extra kids. Like she had one when me and her was together, and then we had 3, and then when I left, she had 2 more. Like so, it was time like where she was like, uh, the kids is hungry, and no, she'll say like one of my kids like is hungry, or she'll say like they wanted a pizza. So like I always knew like low key she was feeding like all her other kids. So I was never the type to trip on that shit. Like in the fact like I would never be the type to just bring McDonald's over while I know it's other kids in the house. Like I'll take my kid with me. Like shit, we gonna do some fun. We have some fun on our own. Like cause yeah, you never knew the guy's situation. But then again, I seen like it was like a fake video. Like And I could believe that because what's crazy is when I first seen the video of her doing that shit, the thought that came to my head was like, this some social media shit. This some shit I seen on social media. A question was asked, if you got multiple kids and or you a baby daddy got one kid and you got multiple kids, is he wrong for not paying for food for the other? So I had seen that already on social media before the video came. Like so I can see how it was just a stage and it got people talking. Like so I mean if it's really staged, that's great marketing, like marketing genius. No matter how much backlash she got from the situation or not, like shit, if she would had set the intention that she was trying to go viral, like yeah, she accomplished it. So what I realized in these type of days, like shit, no matter how positive you are, no matter how famous you are, or you ain't gotta be that famous. If you got some type of platform that got views and people watching, you gonna always have the negative, the motherfuckers who talking shit. You always got people who support you. That's why you can't get caught up on none of that commenting shit, none of the like people's opinions. None of that shit really mean nothing. Like it's all like an illusion, basically. So weird. Yeah, like she like that's why I said when I seen like she said it was floating that the video was fake. Like so, and I could believe that because the first video I saw, like his face was covered. Like if you gonna expose somebody, like then how come I can't see his face? I don't know who this nigga is. Like so that shows me like okay, he could be kind of fucking like fake. Like so, cause she has a TikTok and it got like millions of like likes and shit. And like, so she's somebody who got some type of platform. So hell, not a dollar million. Ain't even no dollar bill no more. Like low key, like there. I grew up '90s. I'm a '90s baby. I know all about motherfucking the dollar menu. Shit really being a dollar. Burgers, double cheeseburgers, fries, pop, everything a dollar. Now, well, I don't really eat fucking McDonald's that much, but I know the fucking 10-piece chicken nuggets is costing like a hell of bread too. So oh, you said you talked about this video. Oh, Bay got another video about that. Well, I gotta edit it before I drop it. But yeah, Bay did another video. She being consistent, so now all I gotta do is do my part in the editing. So but make sure y'all definitely make. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's Thoughtful Thursday, so let us know what's on your mind. That was my question, Anthony. Like, fuck all that shit. What the other baby daddies at? Why they ain't getting no flack? Like, why they ain't get like? Of course, if it's a fake situation, then like, of course, there ain't no baby daddy. But for the a real scenario, why doesn't the deadbeat baby daddy get a fucking? Why he don't get the slack? And I made that comment on my Facebook yesterday too. I'm like, why ain't nobody bringing up the niggas who ain't really taking care of their kid? Why the nigga who take care of his kid, it gotta be his problem to actually do it. Like, it ain't on him. The fuck, if I didn't have fucking three extra kids, which you didn't, it's not my priority to take care of your kids. But when she did make the video today, or was it yesterday, she was talking about how they were still sleeping around with each other. So I'm like, hey, that when you if you still sleeping with a person, I believe like then I ain't gonna say it's obligated to take it like do that shit, but you could at least like get the kids a fucking $10 box, a piece of like shit. Ain't not like and it's gonna be around the same price as the McDonald's you got the kids nowadays. Like everything going up, like I said, like so. Motherfuckers need to just honestly mind their own fucking business, like shit, cause all situations are different. You got some men out there that it ain't no problem to like get everybody no food. Then you got some men who are only able to take care of their kid, and they do a great job at taking care of their kid. Like so, you gonna front on him, you gonna knock him because he can't afford to take care of your other motherfucking kids that he didn't have. Like so, Definitely like shit. Eat pizza all day, every day. Like don't play with me, shit. That shit cheap as fuck. Go to Little Caesars, get you two pieces for $5, $10. Come on. Like if it's really that serious, if the kids is home, call me before. Like let me know ahead of time. Like so, I feel like that was a fake situation, but at the same time, like shit, it is a conversation starter. But I know for me, like I've been in this situation, like I said, my baby mama saying the kids is hungry, and I'm like, all right, so I buy a pizza, like, cause I know I got three kids and she got it's six kids total over there. So I buy a pizza for my three kids. I know she's not just gonna let them eat pizza in front of them. Like so, it was like that's not even. I'm not even worrying about. Like if my baby mama asks for money, I'm not. Well, one can't. I got my custody of my kids now, but like if my son's mom was to ask for money for my son, like I'm not questioning her. Like what's she doing with the money? Like I know my son niche. You know how expensive it is to raise kids these days. I have six kids in my household. Do you know how much they eat every day? And the one who eats the most ain't even the oldest. Like so, it's like shit ain't cheap. Like people do need help, but at the same time, like shit, don't be expecting a motherfucker to like do something for you when it ain't his obligation to. Like so, what else? Some viral shit that popped up that went on this week. Oh yeah, that fucking CERN shit. About the fucking they trying to open portals and shit into space. That's some shit that popped up this week, but it ain't really been getting that much news. But at the same time, I feel like they've been doing that type of shit, so that ain't nothing new. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. But if y'all was in a baby daddy perspective, like is you, your baby mama got three, four extra kids, and you got one, is you over there trying to take care of the fucking feed the for fucking village? Cause like I said, it's all subjective. Motherfuckers make different amounts of money. Everybody ain't got the same type of bread, like so. But I'm just the type of individual who, like, I'm gonna think about the other kids automatically. Like, that's just gonna happen. Like, I'm not about to let my kids eat in front of them. But here's another conversation. Okay, my if I'm buying my kids Jordans and your kids, daddy can't afford, ain't buying them no shoes. Like, so should I not buy my kids Jordans because your kids gotta wear like fucking Walmart shoes? Like, how does that work? Cause they gonna feel some type of way about seeing their sibling wearing like name brand shoes or wearing name brand clothes. Like, so what about that? Like, shit, that's more like that's an everyday thing. That ain't just no 1 meal thing. Like, so yeah, you got family. I mean, dudes that's taking care of their kids and they baby mama, other baby daddies ain't doing shit and they looking bummy as hell and you got the one fresh kid. Like, so that's a conversation. No one gets the same treatment in this house. Exactly. I mean, that's how it is for me. Like, shit, everybody get the same treatment. But I know if I was to ask my baby mama, hey, can you send me some money to so we can help feed the kids? They ain't gonna do shit. Like, so they can like, I know you. They can like, I know you're lying. I know you got it. You just trying to test me. Like, even if I needed it, like that'd be the energy they gave. Like, man, you got it. Like, so I'm in the position where, like I said, I have custody of my kids, so I'm not. I don't need to feed no extra kids. Like shit, I got a whole fucking army that I need to feed myself. Like so, ain't no. I ain't thinking about no motherfucking body's kids. That ain't mine. Like shit, if you ain't coming in my household, I'm not worrying about taking care. Like I said, my oldest son lives in Indiana, but he's gonna be out here in a couple days. Like so, he's the only child over there. I don't have to worry about like it's my money going getting spent on other. Make sure y'all hit. But it's been popping up this week. What else been going on? I'm trying to think of shit. Got the baby daddy, the baby mama shit. I don't really be paying attention to media shit like that. Like so. Oh yeah, R. Kelly getting 30 years. People like I seen Moosey was kind of mad about it. Then I seen a bunch of other people on Facebook kind of. I mean, they wasn't mad, but you seen like they was still talking about. I'm gonna listen to me some R. Kelly. Like me, I never was the type who listened to R. Kelly like that unless his song came on the radio or I seen his video on BET or MTV. That's the only time I listen to R. Kelly. Well, I'll say it's two albums that he got that I bought. One was TP2, and the other was fucking. Damn, what's that album called? I think it was called. I think it was Untitled. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was like in 2010 the album came out. But those are the only two albums I ever listened to, and like, but other than that, I didn't fuck with R. Kelly like that. But it's a lot of R. Kellys in the hood too. That's why it'd be a lot of black people like supporting him because they be like, well, we got those same type of people in our neighborhood. Motherfucking 30-year-olds, motherfucking sitting outside the high school waiting on kids to come outside, fucking pedophile, creep ass motherfuckers. Like, they all deserve to be in the fucking prison. Like, but not just R. Kelly. You got so many people around him that was supporting his habit. What about the motherfuckers who let him free the first time? Cause this ain't the first time he went to court for this shit. He pissed on a fucking teenage girl when I was a fucking kid. Dave Chappelle made a motherfucking skit about that shit, and that shit was hilarious. We thought the shit was funny. Like literally, we was laughing at that shit. Like, but now when they made that documentary, oh, R. Kelly's the bad guy. But y'all been supporting this man habits for years, decades. Have no use for you. I'm not believing what they worried about. Exactly, they not worried about that man at all. Like, which one? Which comment? No, I didn't. But I feel like it's a bunch of other people that need to be fucking locked up with him. Like, R. Kelly shouldn't be the only one. But is it worth 30 years what he did? It's kind of subjective because it's killers out there.
Well, they know
parents, managers, security guards, drivers.
Because if what is that? If that lady can get 20 years for helping Epstein,
Maxine, Ghislaine,
she can get 20 years for helping Epstein. They should be able to get 20, 15,
exactly.
10 years for assisting him.
Exactly.
Like,
so they need to be pressing charges. If I was R. Kelly, you know what? I'm snitching on everybody. I'm telling on every motherfucking body. If I'm R. Kelly, I'm saying, hey, I'm snitch. I can snitch on. The whole industry is going down.
Well,
if I'm R. Kelly, they probably would have killed him.
Gave him lesser time.
They probably would have killed him. Like if if he.
And she was giving big names.
Do we know those big names she gave?
No.
Exactly, like so. I feel like this world is fucked up that we live in. If you got the people that's judging R. Kelly, giving him fucking 30 years, and the motherfucking jury, these motherfuckers got skeletons in their closet that they fucking hiding from. Like, goddamn, you sitting here supposed to be righteous and judging somebody, but the whole time you got some motherfucking shit that you hiding. Exactly, Kanye and Future was on that, but old girl said she wanted to do that shit, so she literally said she had fun like stripping in front of Future and Kanye. But them industry niggas is gay. Fuck all that shit. Them niggas is gay. Them niggas is all. I ain't gonna say all of them, but them 90% of them fucking rappers, 95% are fucking gay, and there's nothing wrong with being gay. Like let's be clear, but them niggas to be hiding this in a closet and to be so portraying so gangsters and shit and the whole time like you're scared to be your true self. Like I don't know. I would ever want to be no fucking in no rap industry. I mean, I'd rather make money in the industry, but not like I don't know. I wouldn't be friends with none of them niggas. Like all them niggas is weirdos. But you do got your reals out there though. Alright, so your reals could have been doing. You know they was down because they said R. Kelly. All he got to do is sing to you one time and like I said, I wasn't a big fan of R. Kelly. So what happened to him? Like, hey, it is what it is. I ain't happy he got the time. I ain't mad he got the time. Shit, I wonder what's gonna happen. What happened to fucking Hollywood dude, Harvey Weinstein? And it's a bunch of other motherfuckers in the Hollywood that got caught up in that Me Too movement, and it seemed like they just disappeared. Motherfuckers seemed like they got canceled, waited, went silent for a few years, and then came back and started making movies. Like shit. But that whole industry, the rap industry, Hollywood, all of that shit, was demonics. That's why I feel like YouTube is like the safest thing. Like if you want to get some type of notoriety or some type of success or fame, if that's what you're looking for, you don't want to do that shit on YouTube. Fuck all that other shit. I don't think they're untouchable. I didn't even see that. I didn't see the verses. I seen certain clips of the verses, but I didn't watch it. You know what's funny though? Cause I was at my brother Jink's house when it came on. Not like before shit started popping off. It was cool, but like I didn't watch the whole verses, so I don't know the songs they played. I seen Ray J.
I was more Mario supporter than Mario. I didn't like Big 2K like that.
That's why I'm like the clips I seen. It was like the fuck all them. Like nobody could actually sing. Like so like.
I hear my boy, but
I always knew that though. Like I always knew that about singers. Like a lot of those, they really can't sing. It's studio that's behind them. Like you'll never see them people on live. And if you do see them on tour, they got music. They got the song playing. Like so, you don't hear their true voice. But you do got certain individuals who can sing now. Like don't get that twisted. But overall, a lot of them people are puppets. They're meant to put a certain image out there, and like shit. They just doing their fucking job. Yeah, but Mario was the underdog in the situation, and he like destroyed all the niggas. And then shit, Omarion, he got dragged on social media by B2K, all the niggas. All the niggas start dragging him. But here's the thing, like I said, once again, when you're a celebrity, you gotta be willing to get scrutinized. You gotta be willing to like go in front of the world and be like, hey, under a microscope, and everything you do, people are like they looking to burn you. Like you ever seen or had a microscope and you put that motherfucker under the sun? You trying to burn anything for for no reason. You don't give a fuck what it is. You just trying to burn it. Like so, when you a celebrity and you got a magnifying glass and people are looking at you, they're looking for any and every reason to burn you. Like so. Hey, if that's what people want, then shit, by all means, like shit, go out. Like just understand what you're dealing with. Understand like Hollywood, rap industry. That shit is pretty fucking dark, like shit. But there is ways and avenues you can do it. Ooh, I see, mama. I see. You got your cookie? You see, like I said, there is things you can do. Like if you make music, you don't have to be top #1 rapper and like sell your soul. Like you could be an independent rapper and like still make hella bread. Like, or if you want to make movies, you can make your own independent movies. You don't have to fucking sell your soul with no type of shit like that. Definitely auto-tune exposure. And like they was talking about how fucking R. Kelly like would go undefeated in a fucking versus against anybody except for the state of the United States. Like that's the only person who beat R. Kelly in a versus. And he lost bad by a blowout. So like understanding like shit. We all gonna get tested in life. Like we all gonna get our 15 minutes of fame, whatever you want to call it. Every single last one of us. Like so. And it's not about fame. It's about like shit. You gonna get your chance. Like so. whatever you do with that, or like whatever happens when it happens, when it do happen, shit, you just gotta be prepared for it. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Like so, me like the shit that I did experience, like when my my last stream kind of went viral. Like I was kind of prepared for it because I've been speaking for a long time. Like so, I wasn't even when I did look at the comments and I seen some like that was positive and then some that was negative. I didn't get too high or too low, none of that. Like so, I understand like that's all living an illusion. And, like people knowing who you are, just because a lot of people know you, that don't mean you got that same amount of money in your bank account. Like so. Hey, you right on that one, Anthony. You said R. Kelly should have been out if he went to jail in 2001, which he rightfully should have went to jail in 2001 when he did that fucked up shit. Like, but instead, no, but it wasn't. Yeah, he went to court for that in like 2008. Cause I remember like getting out of high school like when that shit was happening, and then the Boondocks made an episode about that shit. Like, so I feel like if he went to jail when that tape came out, when everybody knew about that shit, then like yeah, he would have probably like been on. He probably would have been out for the simple fact he wouldn't have committed way more crimes or did way more shit after that. Because it wasn't truly he didn't go to jail for what he did before that sex tape. He went to jail what he did after the sex tape, like and before kind of. But he got scrutinized for all of it. But the whole world already knew that about him. Like so, it's the same people who had an opinion when they first heard about it is the same people who are saying something this time. Like it's not really. I mean, but you got kids who didn't know nothing about it. Now they got their input and like shit like that. But he's on the kid who got away with. Yeah, like come on, he got away with that shit. Now y'all talking about anything he did after that is worth going 30 years. Like nah, y'all should have gave him the book that time. Like, but hey, money pays people off and like shit. He had the bread, but people still support him. They still support him. Like that's the whole thing. Like he's still being supported even in prison. I'm pretty sure R. Kelly is living the fucking life. I'm pretty 100% sure because I'm not even gonna say I know how prison is, but I heard enough prison stories. How those prison guards is, women prison guards be like sleeping with the inmates. You don't think there's gonna be some prison women inmates getting trying to work with you, or not trying, but they gonna be there? Like, come on, anything for R. Kelly. The inmates, anything. Come on, man. That man probably ain't living his best life, but as far as he gonna get the best he gonna get out of that motherfucker. That's all we know. Like shit, Epstein fucking shit definitely fucking didn't commit suicide. Somebody murdered his ass because he had enough bread. He was already living when he was in prison or when he was in jail before he like committed suicide, quote unquote. Like he was living outside the cell. Like he had a luxurious, like basically life in prison. Like so, I understand people with money or like influence, they gonna get what they do. They gonna get what they can get. Like he'll be doing 30, but rich people can. I'm telling you, like, yeah, exactly. And then, like, shit, by the time, if R. Kelly does be alive by the time he get out, like, his music is still making money. Like, so his bank accounts are still being filled up, but of course you got motherfuckers who gonna be stealing. You got fucking, still got houses and shit, kids, all that money, but still, R. Kelly is gonna be good, whether he in prison or out of prison. That nigga is still, he already did what he did. The creative work he put out there is already done. Can't take that away. The bad shit he did, it's already done. Can't take that away. Like, it is what it is. Like, shit. What's next? Like, that's what I want to know. What's the next bullshit that's gonna pop up that we can talk about? But I feel like most celebrities, like, well, I ain't gonna say I feel like, but I believe the top A-list celebrities all fucking got some type of dirt on them. Like they all got some. They you know somebody got something on them. That's why they in this fucking. That's why we A-listers, cause we all got something hidden, and you know how that shit is. They all gay in Hollywood. That's what I heard. Well, I said at least 90%. That's what I heard is gay. Like so, and there's nothing wrong with being gay, but if you're portraying to be something you're not, that's the fucked up part. Like shit, be fucking you. Like, cause people accept gay people. Like the LGBTQ community has taken over. Every show you see is, I mean, that P Valley show. I ain't even watched the second season. I seen the first one. I'm like, yeah, they taking over with this shit. Like this shit ain't even cool. But it is what it is. Like shit, I don't mind them. Like shit, your sexual preferences is your sexual preferences. You know why? Because I will never be in the bedroom with you. No matter who I like, I could care less what the fuck you got going on in there. The fuck, I would never be there. Like what the fuck? They all got dirt out there. I'm telling you, ain't none of them A-listers who we should be looking up to. Like, shit, even these spiritual guru people, like, you shouldn't even be fucking looking up to their ass. Like, fuck that shit. You need to be looking at yourself and, like, putting yourself on that pedestal. Like, so, you ain't gotta be famous to do that shit. Like, took down flags from the stuff level. Facts. Well, I ain't gonna say they took the flag yet, but yeah, they did kind of fucked up. Well, you know what? What? I can't say they fucked up the rainbow flag because never, like, all I knew my whole life, that's what it stood for. Like, I mean, not the rainbow, but the flag, the rainbow flag, that's the only thing I knew it stood for. Like, so. You know what's crazy? I think when I first learned about the fucking rainbow, I'm like, man, that's fucked up. Like, but it's like, hey, it is what it is. I need to lock niggas up. Shut up. My nigga Blow Sniffer always coming in with that shit. He probably smoking Reggie right now. You know he need to be arrested. It be the bad people who be talking shit. They got, like I said, like we said, the people got the skeletons in the closet. Let's get up totally. Motherfuckers is my shit. My computer just keep fucking up while I'm on here. I'm trying to read the comments. Shout out to Dalen Franklin. You know what show up when I see your name Franklin? Snowfall. That show just popped up in my head. I've been meaning to like get back to that shit, but I keep forgetting how. Like so. But yeah, like Hollywood, I have a friend in Hollywood. She's older, like so. She's a woman too, like so. I mean, like, is the woman like? Would you cause like them being gay, being lesbian? Like, we don't as men, like straight men, we don't even look at women who like girls or bisexual. We don't even look at them as gay. But when it comes to men, like we gonna be like, oh, that nigga's gay. We're like, it's a big deal. Like, we don't trip when we see women on TV kissing each other. We never trip. Men never trip. But once we start seeing niggas on camera kissing, like, and all that other shit, that's when the shit start getting out of hand. Let's be clear. That's when that shit start getting out of hand. When we start seeing dudes doing that shit. Now, me, I would never trip because, like, I don't watch TV like that. But at the same time, like, that'd be the outrage. Like, when the fucking boys are doing that shit. Not when girls are doing it. But it's kind of fucked up because you're supposed to keep that same energy. Like if you gonna trip on one, you might want to trip on the other. But then you start adding transsexuals, fucking drag queen. Like I don't know, it's too many terms, and I don't want to be fucking disrespectful. I have no problem with none of them. Like I said, I'm a straight man. I love women. Like, and I ain't interested enough into like sell my soul or sell my ass just for some money. Fuck all that shit. Cause that's what they be doing. Like they wasn't gay at first. They didn't start off gay. Motherfuckers was like, hey, In order for you to get this, well, they don't even do it like that. You know how they set them up, get them in a room, got the cameras on them, drug them up, and then do what they do. Like, hey, you know, you want to sign this contract? We got this on you, so you better do what we say. So imagine how many people who they got like blackmailed by the balls, who's not really gay, but since they already did some gay shit, they like, hey, I might as well just continue to be on this path, right? Like, so that's why they be all drugged and alcoholed up and shit. Like, they always depressed and killing themselves. Like, motherfuckers can't live with themselves. Like, so, and I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them. Like, that shit is not worth it. But we grew up like wanting to be celebrities. Like, but nowadays that shit is so different. Shit is so fucking different. Man, but they've been doing that. Like Anthony, you know what's crazy? What I was on fucking Netflix. Or probably no, it wasn't Netflix. It was fucking Peacock, or it was something. But the fucking movie with goddamn Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo, I don't know, I can't pronounce him, but he's a Hispanic actor. But they all drag queens in this movie. Wesley Snipes and two other dudes, A-listers. And I'm like, the whole movie, like they acting. I didn't have a problem with that movie. I seen that movie when I was a kid. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was funny. But then when I got older, and I'm like, oh, when you wear a dress, that means they're fucking, like they're making you look down, like they make you look bad, like they're making black people look bad. But it's like, no, it's not like they just making black people look good. Yep, Patrick Swayze. Yep, you got it right. Like that movie. Like I seen that on my screen today, and I'm like, "Hey, babe, that's your movie." I never watched that shit today though. I'm like, but I said, like I said, when I was a kid and I first seen it, I thought it was funny. But now I'm an adult. I'm like, I ain't watching that gay shit. But at the same time, I'm not a person who's against gay stuff. But and it wasn't really doing nothing gay in the movie. They was just had on a drag, and that's what my mind is going to say. And I'm like, dang, Kenneth, you're fucking being biased and contradicting. So I'm still not gonna watch the movie, but because I already know, like I already seen that shit, like so. But it's crazy how we are humans, and we all like this. But yeah, like I said, they don't just do it to black people. See, like in Wesley Snipes look nothing different. Wesley, yeah, they didn't make. I mean, Wesley. I don't know. Like I said, they do it to everybody. They don't just make black people look bad. They don't just make. They make white people look bad. Chinese, Mexican, Hispanic. They make everybody look bad. Only reason black people complain about it is because they only watching their type of movies. So when they see it, like, hey, you Hollywood making us look bad. But if you was to watch other culture shit, and you be like, oh shit, it's the same thing. Look at the fucking number one killer in fucking horror movies. It don't be a black person. Be a white person. So they always put it in your face that white people are serial killers and shit like that. Like nice guys the whole time will kill your whole fucking family. Like that show You on Netflix, everybody loves that show, but it's about a fucking mass murderer, serial killer. Like that shit ain't cool. Because if it was real life, you wouldn't be like, oh, wow. Like you wouldn't be making memes about the shit. Like so, we're fucking as humans, like we're programmed to be and think a certain way. Like so, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. So, but yeah, can't get caught up on that shit. Can't get caught up on nothing that ain't got nothing to do with you. But the only reason we talk about it because that's what's to talk about right now. If they shame you and humiliate all those guys and just whatever they can do to them. So. Yeah, I mean, they only can do it to you if you allow it. That's the whole thing. You have to allow it. You have to put on that dress. You have to take that dick in your ass if you're not getting for that check. Like, it's up to you to fucking like, is you gonna fucking fall or you gonna fit, like do some shit like that. If you make the choice to say fuck all this shit, I don't give a fuck if it's 10 million, 100 million. If I'm willing to say fuck that shit, or you gonna say, hey, I'll do it, and you can't be mad at yourself. Like, I mean, I can't say you can't be mad at yourself, but if you make a choice, and you consciously like know the consequences, but if somebody drugged you and like you had no recollection of the shit, and then they want trying to blackmail you, like that's some different shit too. Like, but is they really doing that these days? I think, you know what I think? I think most rappers before they get on, like they know they hear about the fucking like industry, Diddy, all of these, but they know about everybody quote unquote gay. That's why they all fucking go to Atlanta. Like Atlanta has always been known as black and gay, like the gay. That's where the gays go. San Francisco, Atlanta, and like I don't know if somebody else, but Atlanta is the main one. Like so, when all these rappers move to Atlanta, it's like, well, like I know y'all fucking seen these videos on YouTube. I know I ain't the only person because these motherfucking conspiracy videos got millions of views. Like, and it ain't just one. Like, and there's so much fucking evidence and proof. Like, I feel like they know what they getting themselves into. Like, so you would be a fool to say like, oh, I didn't know this was gonna happen. Cause what Cat Williams told us back in fucking 2008 when he had that fucking first comedy show. I can't remember the name of that shit, but like he said what them Hollywood parties was about. Like so, I feel like motherfuckers be like knowing what they gonna get themselves, and they're like, man, my favorite rapper's in that. So if he doing it and they doing it, and I looked up to all these people, then it must be okay. I want to be in the mix. I want to be famous. Fuck all that shit. That shit is not like fuck all. Fame don't mean shit. You could be 10 million subscribers up, 10 million followers up, and have $0 in your bank account. I'm telling you, fame means nothing. Like, and most people don't know that. They think like, oh, once I just get famous, that's all I need to do. And it don't work like that. Everyone has to wear a dress. Like, yeah, like shit. But you think about the dress situation. That's another a good thing to mention. Back in, I can't say the time frame, but dresses wasn't. I mean, men were wearing dresses. Like back in the ancient times, if you want to like take it there, like yes, it can be seen as a humiliation thing, but men were wearing dresses, heels, makeup, wigs. They were doing all of that shit. Even your presidents, like, were doing that shit. Like, and then I'm talking. So, when they make a person say, "Hey, is it really a humiliation?" Like, really? Because that's where, like, I'm trying to like think like, is anybody taking that into consideration when they being asked to put on a dress, or they were like, no, like, or like the people who said no, like they thinking it's like you trying to humiliate me, like so, or it's a humiliation ritual. Like I said, if you think about time history, men started off wearing dresses, like, and then it evolved to a woman thing, like so. I don't know. See, that's the type of stuff like I'll be thinking about in my head. Like if I would like to go to Hollywood, like, hey, put this dress on. I'm gonna think about some shit like that. And I'm not gonna think about no humiliation shit. Or I could look at like, oh, y'all trying to humiliate me, like y'all trying to demean me. But like I said, I'll be canceling out the information and the wisdom that I have within me already. Like so, it's like, hey, I'm not in Hollywood though. Like I'm not no actor, so I ain't gotta. I'm not putting myself in that fucking position. Like shit. So as you can see, the shit that I talk about, they don't nobody want to deal with me low key. Like no industry, cause they were like, oh no, he too smart for us. We can't get over on him. Like so, until I find somebody who's as honest and open and transparent as me, like shit, I'm just solo. They threaten you, they start pulling tapes. You can't even then. You can't even if you was to drug me up. Like shit, parallel universe. Let's just say parallel universe. I went into the music industry, got drugged up. Still, me, Kenneth. When I think, I'm like, well, if I expose myself, or if they show me this tape, and like shit, I'm gonna snitch. I'm gonna wait till the perfect time to where I can like turn the table on you. Like honestly, like you're not about to put my back against the wall and make me like bow down, like do some shit like cause fuck all that shit. But then again, I'm not the type to go out and be drugged up. Like I'm not about to be drinking, especially if I go around people I don't know. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. Like I'm like shit. I'm on military mode. Like shit. I'm observing everything. Like so. And then I always have my wife with me. Like so shit. I ain't about to be getting put in a position where like I said like I don't want to be put in. I ain't doing coke. Like I ain't getting roofied. None of that shit. I can see. Exactly. Like that's the hey Anthony. You remember that? I can't remember the name of nothing today, but I know what I'm talking about. Cat Williams said, "Professor Oakley, is that you?" That's the nigga from. Damn, is that from Miss the Parkers? I think he was something like that dude, but like no wonder he was always turning down Miss Parker. This nigga was low key gay. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being gay, bisexual, none of that. Stop hiding who you are. Like, because if it's 95% of the industry is gay, then I don't understand why they now putting that all in Hollywood. Like if 95% of Hollywood they gay, I will understand why that's what Hollywood is all. That's what TV shows, movies, all of that. It's in there now, cause that's what y'all are. Like so, y'all just being honest to y'all crap. Like, but y'all are hiding it. Like so, people just will come. That yeah, that's exactly why Cat Williams didn't blow up to that Kevin Hart state or like level because he was like, I see what this is and I'm cool on it. I'm good. And Cat Williams is still rich. Like Cat Williams still got a mansion. Like Cat Williams still got bread. Like so, you can still get your money even if you don't fucking sell your soul. Like you just gotta get it on your own. You gotta take the stairs. Most people want to take the elevator, and with that elevator, got some shit that you don't want to fucking. You, I don't know. I'd rather get that shit on my own any day. Fuck all that shit. Any day, I'd rather get it on my own. Like, cause for one, I don't want nobody saying, "Hey, I gave this to him." The only reason he's put on is because of me. Like, nah, I don't want that title around my name. Like, so to do some shit like that, I'll probably be regretting later on. Like, I definitely ain't doing that type of shit. Like, fuck all that. Fuck that shit. I didn't know y'all was gonna come through like that tonight. I'm surprised, even though only Anthony been commenting. Like, what? Yeah, sorry, Kevin tried coming at you. Man, that's when I knew Kevin Hart like kind of sold out. Like when everybody's like he was one of the people who came at Cat Williams. Like, cause Kevin Hart. I'm gonna be honest. He used to be funny as fuck. Like when he was on the upcoming before he blew up to Kevin Hart. Like he used to be funny. Like I used to be like quoting his shit too. But it's like once he like did that crossover, starring in the movies with The Rock. Like shit, I feel like shit. He was like, hey, I seen. Oh, The Rock did it. John Cena, like he started looking at Richard Pryor did it. Like all these people started like, come on, man. Exact CIA. Him and The Rock kissed each other. Like so. He, Kevin Hart, that I mean, he ain't as big as he used to be. Like, but who's next though? Like the dude, fucking Gerard Carmichael. He just came out though. Like he just said like he I'm gay. Like and everybody I fuck with it. Like I fuck with the comedy special he dropped. Rothaniel. That's I think that's his name. Well, that's the name of the show I just watched on HBO. I don't know why I screamed that shit like that. Like for. But like I said, your sexuality has nothing to do with art. It has absolutely shit to do with the art you create. But if you're putting shit out there saying like you're a gangster, you're a killer, mm, and you doing some whole other shit behind closed doors, like, yeah, that's why I don't listen to that shit. Sorry. But is Ricky Gervais that big though? Is he as big as Tom Cruise? Or well, I don't think I've seen Tom Cruise in a dress. But I don't know. But who's to say what they did? Like, what has he done that could have been humiliating? Has he played a gay role? Because that's a big thing they say. What you crossing over, you got to play that gay role. You got to kiss another man like Kevin Hart and The Rock. Like so. What are you willing to do to go to the fucking top? Would you kiss another man to fucking like make 100 million a year off movies? And you don't like if you don't feel no type of way about it, if you're okay with it, if you're not gonna like off yourself in the future because you regret doing that, then like by all means, like shit, do what you do. But if you're a person like who against that, yeah, but you still want the money, like that's where you fuck up at. I don't care though, like literally what people do. Like I said, what people, your bedroom, your household, what goes on in your house, none of that should ever be exposed. Like he said, oh, that's some weirdo shit. You gotta understand the world we live in, though, Mom Nasty. We live in a world where fucking, like I said, 90, I ain't gonna say 90. The fuck, I don't know what's the percentage of gay people out there. But it's a lot of, like, it's in every family. My sister, my baby sister who passed away, like, she came out as gay, like, at a young age. So I had to understand, like, you're not supposed to judge nobody. But then it's like, oh shit, everybody is like damn near gay, like or lesbian, or like you have some, not everybody, but the shit is normal. Like the shit is really normal. I'm not gay, but I have nothing against gay people because it ain't got shit to do with me. Like I said, I'm not in nobody's household. I'm not in nobody's bedroom. What the fuck? If you're a great artist and you're not rapping about killing, all of that type of shit, like then that's cool. Like shit. If Drake is gay, it doesn't matter, right? Because what the fuck does he sing about? He don't sing. He don't rap about killing and offing people. And if he did, well, now that I think about it, it was on Scorpion. He said a couple shit about like offing people, but who's to say a gay person won't take you out? Like just because you're gay, that don't make you less gangster than somebody who ain't gay. Like let's be clear. Like growing up, the people who you didn't want to fight was the gay dudes. Those were the dudes who had the hands. I don't know if y'all grew up in the hood like I did, but or you grew up with a gay dude or a new one. If you seen him fight or seen them fight, they always beat up the straight dudes. I don't know. I can't get through it. Bro, and I ain't even talking about no TV show shit. I'm talking about real life, seeing some gay dudes beat the fuck out of some straight dudes. And I'm like, I would. That's what made me like not like judge them because I'm like, shit. You better be able to beat somebody ass if you gonna talk down on them. Like you can't talk shit about people and then they come and knock your ass out and then like you can't. That's the line you shouldn't be crossing. Like so, when I seen gay dudes beat the fuck out of like straight dudes, I'm like, yeah. The fuck I need to care about what your sexual preference is. Like, I'm not gay. Well, you ain't come. They don't come on to me. Well, I low key have like a couple of gay dudes came on to me, and I'm like block, like, cause I'm not on that. Like, and I don't know. That's just how I be feeling about the shit. Like, I don't take it as no disrespect, cause, but then again, I kind of do, cause I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I got 7 kids. I know I'm handsome, but like, don't shoot your shot at me. Like, what the fuck? Cause they know I'm straight. But gay people are bold. But I will never disrespect. Like, I never like, yeah, talk shit about nobody like that. Alright, ooh, like I'm, yeah, I see you switching up the conversation about crackheads, but man, crackheads got hands too. Like, don't fuck with no crackhead. Man, now that you mentioned crackheads, Freddie Gibbs came to my mind. Cause he was on Joe Rogan, it was like a few months ago, but he was talking about how he shot a crackhead 9 times, and the crackhead ran off. And I'm like, why are you lying? Like, why is you like, bruh, we from the same city. I have never heard about like you shooting like anybody shooting a crackhead 9 times and they just ran off. Like, but it just show like how that industry, like, they be, it's a facade. The whole thing is a facade. Hollywood, the rap industry, all of that shit is fake. And like, so that's why I'm more interested in business. Like, that's what I want. Like, that's what lane I'm in. I'm in the business lane. Like, you know, let's get some money. Fuck all that other shit. Lead me to like how I can get some millions, and multi-millions, and billions. Cause if that ain't the conversation, then I'm out. Smoking mirrors. Like, so. You right about that shit, smoking mirrors. That shit. That's why I don't. I always grew up. I never was the type to listen to everybody's music. Like, as far as rappers, there was certain rappers who I like listened to them. Like, you knew they was real. Like 50 Cent, real. Like, you knew that nigga was real when he came out. J. Cole, I feel like he kind of sold his soul, and once I feel like he sold his soul, like, I kind of stopped listening to him. But Nipsey Hussle, you know he didn't sell his soul, like, so. Exactly, like, shit. That shit is meant to show you, give you a vision of something that's really not true, but it's like, it's to program you to believe what it wants you to believe. Like, why you think most movies are blockbuster movies or considered blockbuster movies and they be trash? Like, that shit be fucking like, it's a reason why they doing that shit. But hey, shout out to Blow Sniffer. It's the reason why you just mentioned Dolph. Exactly, didn't sell out. Like, Dolph was the type of 22 million. It was like, no, not gonna sell out. And then he made a video. I don't know if you seen the Rich Slave, but that shit, like, if you watch the video, like, that shit is hilarious. But that's why I said you can still go in those industries and not sell out. You could be independent, and like, you don't have to be on Drake level. You don't gotta be on like these #1 levels. Like, but you can still get your bread out. You can still be creative. You can still do what you want. Like, you just don't gotta fold for the shit. Like, so, I mean, Dolph is somebody who I fuck with heavy. Nipsey, who else did I say? 50 Cent, I don't listen to his music no more. Like, but I still listen to his old shit. Like, dude. But yeah, I don't listen to many artists nowadays because these niggas do not be real. And see, they give you what you think you want when they see what they gotta do. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. You talk about, man. And you talking about Chris Tucker looking like a fool. Chris Tucker would have dressed in Fifth Element. I seen that movie in 1995 when it first came out. My grandma took us to the outside movie theaters. Like, you know, I'm like, oh, this shit. Like, I thought it was a dope movie, low key. And I didn't understand the concept of dresses and shit like that. But I'm like, The shit was no, but I think it was after 1995 because I think he played Fifth Element had to come out after Friday, so it had to be probably like '96 or something. But like, yeah, he wore that dress, like so. I think that's why Chris Tucker like left the industry and went to church because like he couldn't like. I mean, most people can't cope with what they did. Like so, he says, "Thanks for that correction." Like I know it was one of them years. I was young, 7. I'm 7 years old in 1997. I don't remember seeing that shit. So, but I know fucking Friday that came out like 1995. But he went on to like do them big ass Hollywood movies and like shit. Ain't no telling what he did to get to that level, get to that position. You you can't tell me to get in a fucking blockbuster movie you didn't do nothing to get there. Like they just let you like be all willy like come on man, it's a fucking fraternity. They not letting everybody in their circle. They not letting everybody eat at their table. Like so they gotta be able to trust you like so come on man, like they gotta be able to control you. Like so mm, I used to want to go in those industries and tell them like, man, would I sell my soul for that? I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it. I'm like shit, it's not worth it. That's why I said business is my lane. Like shit, like, I can make some. I know how to make some money. Like so shit, and you ain't gotta sell your soul for bit like to create a business. Like that shit is like what the fuck. How Lady Gaga got her fame is super. I don't even know how she got her fame. I just knew she just blew the fuck up. Like so, and I'm like she kind of weird as fuck to me, but he says he went. Jesus, that's true. Like shit, Dave Chappelle was always funny to me. Like shit, she killed her roommate. Ain't no telling how many of those fucking people killed somebody, and like that's the dirt they got on them. They killed somebody on accident. You said it took her identity. Man, it was a movie Nelly starred in a long time ago, but it was like about this rapper who died, and Nelly took all the rapper's lyrics and shit, and like blew up off of it. Like, so it ain't no telling how many times that went on in the hip hop industry. They off the dope ass rapper and stole all his lyrics. Come on, man. Like, motherfuckers would definitely steal your identity. And like, the whole time, it's somebody else's creation. Like, shit. And once that shit run out, like, then you start hearing what they got to put out. You're like, what the fuck? This shit trash. Like, so. But, real talk, Rick Ross. Rick Ross, like, shit. He didn't blow up overnight, though. Even though, here's the thing about Rick Ross. Rick Ross stole the real Rick Ross's identity. Like we know that. Rick Ross lies about what he raps about. Like we know he was a correction officer. Like I'm a big 50 Cent fan. But the Rick Ross who I see today on like Instagram and social media and shit, who is the businessman, like you gotta if you see what he did in business, you like, oh shit, like but did he have to what did he do? But this nigga was grinding like 10 years straight to get to like he was literally on the grind for 10 years in music before he popped off with that song Every Day I'm Hustling. Like so some people like actually was working. Like that's why we can't truly discredit those who put the work in. Like yes, he was lying in his raps, but that's how he was being creative. Like that's how niggas start. He probably Rick Ross was probably rapping about his real lifestyle the whole 10 years, like he was trying to grind, and nobody's like, nigga, I don't want to hear your shit. And then this nigga started talking about he knew fucking Pablo Escobar and all these other niggas and Noriega. Nigga was like, wait, what? I remember, I'm like, this nigga said he know the real Noriega. And I'm like, even though I'm like a teenager at the time, I'm like, there's ain't no way this shit is true, but it should go hard. Like, I used to love that song Every Day I'm Hustling. Like, can't believe you're trying to Harley Quinn with Lady Gaga. They trying to put Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? I didn't see that shit. Exactly. Like if Rick Ross had a told his on himself and said, "Hey, I was a CEO. I found my plug when I was a CEO," then it would have made more sense. But when you let 50 Cent expose you, oh yeah. Now like niggas can't trust you. Now niggas like looking at you like, oh, this nigga is not real. But like I said, when you look at Rick Ross in business, if you see that man's house, fuck all that rap shit. Like, nigga, what is the blueprint to what you doing in business? How can like so? Like I said, I know he was grinding 10 years before he even blew up. Like so, you got to look at what the person's journey was like. You can't just look at the end result and like judge them off that. You got to look at their journey and see how they even got to that position. Like you said, like motherfucking Lady Gaga killed her roommate. Like shit. If that's some shit, it's a one celebrity who they say fucking died on a plane. Nah, I can't. Damn, I can't think who she is. But it's a chick who I used to listen to. She's white in the early 2000s. Fuck, her fucking face is right. I'm in my fucking vision, but I can't think of her name. But they say she died and somebody replaced her. Like, so it's like a whole fucking YouTube story. Like, not just YouTube, but they had a fucking news fucking, like the news covered this shit. So I'm like, man, if they put this shit on the news, they probably was telling it, like letting the world know, like, hey, this really is the case, but we're putting it out as a fucking rumor. But damn, yep, exactly. Avril Lavigne. I could not fucking think of her name. Like, but exactly, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Easy G's, the money got cleaned up because all these rappers had. Hey, 50 Cent is definitely a genius. Like he did that shit without them. He did that shit, but 50 Cent did that shit with. Had to get shot though. He had to get shot 9 times for his success. It was his success. It was 50 Cent's story that blew him up. Like so. Like, do you really want to go through some shit like that? Like if you trying to be successful, like get some type of notoriety or fame, like, do you want to do some fuck shit? Take 10 years to build your success, or have a traumatic fucking shit that happen to do like just blow you up? Like, which one would you choose? Like, low key, I'm gonna choose like the 10 years, low key. Like, cause you gonna live 10 years. I mean, if I ain't doing nothing crazy, I'm gonna live the 10 years already. Like, so I'd rather be working towards something and learn everything that I need to learn. I'm not about to do no fuck shit. Like, and then regret that shit. So you could take Lil Nas X path, acting like you gay, like shit. Because I think that's what that nigga doing. Like, low key, I feel like Lil Nas X is not gay. He figured out what he had to do, and he like capitalized off that. Like, so you could take that route. Like, act like I mean, but do I want to act like that? Like, because he actually kissed dudes on stage. Like, so he actually like went full throttle with the shit. Like, am I willing to go all the way in on that way? Hell no. Give the people what they want. I mean, give the people what they want. Hey, people want drama. That's what is. Do I need to give people drama? That's what like, cause positive minds only. Like, yeah, it's growing, but like shit, motherfuckers truly want drama. Like low key, like shit. I don't want all my topics to be like just about like negative drama, but like it is talking about my positive minds only. But as you can see, I got a positive mind. Like, but I don't know how much of that's showing in this type of conversation, but still, like, it's ways you can get successful. I know that. Like, it's ways you can do it. I probably don't know. I mean, like I said, YouTube is a way you can grind, but you gotta grind and do that. You gotta post videos every day. Or shit. But the system, like Lil Nas X, like shit. Yeah, shit, Nas X, he's still good. Yeah, man, that I used to fuck with 50 Cent like heavy, heavy. If you ask any one of my siblings, I was playing Get Rich or Die trying like all day, every day. Shout out to Fly Tie, but shit, I was one of those. He came out in Indiana in 2003. That's when I found out about him. Like, so I was 13 or 12 going on 13, and like that nigga became my idol. And I'm like, oh shit, I was really one like, damn, if I gotta get shot, hey, I'll be just like 50 Cent. But I'm like, now and I look on that shit, I'm like, I'm good. Can't believe Young Thug were just. Hey, do they ever really leave the street? They gotta keep their cred. Like, they gotta keep their street cred. They gotta keep something real about them, right? Like, so, I mean, Young Thug tried to play the system. Like, he did a great job at it. When he was putting on a dress, people didn't think he was in the streets. When I first seen Young Thug in a dress, I'm like, ain't no way this nigga's like. Well, I didn't take him as no street nigga. I didn't know his background. If you do the Young Thug research, they was on him since before he was in the rap game. Like, so when he started wearing dresses, that's the only thing that I had off as visualized. Like, it was songs I heard of Young Thug, but I didn't see his face until like when I seen the dress, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck going on? But I thought he was gay. But like when you know who he is, you're like, oh, that nigga wasn't gay. He was really trying to do what Lil Nas X did. He did do it. Like, he captured the attention of the world by wearing dresses. Like, so, but he was a real street nigga, and you know it wasn't no nigga, like, it wasn't no people telling him to put what he, like, do what he did. Like, he was doing that on himself, like trying to get all of the heat off him. I knew he was literally trying to manipulate the world, so like the police, and trying to act like a certain individual. Like, but he said the dress shit threw you off. I wasn't a big Young Thug fan, like, so when I seen the dress, it was like, just like, I I don't know. I was young, like, so it's hard for me to say how I thought then because I have a different mindset. But Young Jock and a few others, all them boys did something. But I feel like Young Thug, he put the dress on because he knew, like, you gotta you he you gotta fit in. You got to. Like, if you want to be accepted in the industry, Hollywood, you gotta be like, you gotta go along with what they got going on. Like, so I don't think Young Thug was truly gay. I think he put the dress on, did all that, it was talking gay, like, just for, like, the shock value. And like I say, he was capturing everybody's attention. He had everybody talking about him. Like, so, uh, that Hollywood shit is real. Like, so, I ain't in that shit. They use all of them until like they done using, like, until like they can't use you no more, until like you start like you got so much power to where you don't need them and you could, like, buck the system, like, get out of that type of shit. Nah, they gonna put you right back in your place, or something in a place worse than where you want to be in. Like, so make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already though. Like, so I feel like, yeah, Young Thug potentially can't get. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that situation, but I feel like when you got bread, you can escape a lot of shit. I listened to Young Thug before he blew up. So much. I feel like he knew, like, for him to blow up, he had to do like that shit. Like, he had to do what he had to do. Like, so he was willing to put the dress on. About decreasing masculinity somehow. I mean, I you can't decrease. I don't think you could decrease masculinity by like them wearing dresses. Cause Young Thug, he didn't portray like divine masculine energy. He got that divine feminine energy, like what he portrays. Like, so, it's not about, cause you could never get rid of like that masculine. Like, you gonna always have men like that's men, like manly man. Like, so I feel like shit. When a person wear a dress, like, they're more in their feminine energy. We all got it within us. We all got men, women. We all got masculine and feminine energy within us, like yin yang yang. Like, so, understanding that, like, trying to say like decreasing masculinity, like, in increasing your femininity. That means like you're tapping into your intuition more. Like, you're tapping into spirituality more. You tapping like to that type. Like, that's a whole deeper another conversation. Like, so. I have to, like, yeah, different conversation. Exactly, and like that, I feel like they feel like they got power, and they feel like they can do what they want until I mean, they feel like they can outdo, or they feel like they don't need the machine anymore. And once they feel like they don't need the machine like, oh, we let you get this, we let you get this 10 million, this 20 million, we let you get this record label, we let you buy these houses and all this. Because like I said, the Fed, it wasn't even the feds on him. It's a state case, like so they were on him since like 2010, like so they let him do all that shit. Like, come on, like they could have been took him out, like if they really had hardcore evidence, but still, they let him get that big. Whatever it is, officials and the politicians, police, they let him get away with a lot of shit, and not just him, but a bunch of other people too. I'm trying to plan this system. We got kicked in sex for. Hope God okay. His music. I mean, I feel like he benefited from it at the time. Like shit, even though he got a lot of backlash for wearing the dress, I feel like he did capture like the masses because he got Young Thug became one of the biggest artists in the game. Like so, he did what he had to do, but backfired. Like if we talking about the situation he in today, yeah, that shit backfired completely. Like so, hey, Gunna, like I'm not too big of a Gunna fan like that. Like shit, there's some songs like he got that I fuck with, but I don't like shit. Yeah, I hope they all make it through the situation because you don't want that on nobody. Like if it's gonna be somebody gonna be dealt with for some shit they did in the streets, then it should be dealt with in the streets. Like, I mean, of course you got the law, but at the same time, like I said, I don't wish prison on nobody. My dad died in there, like when I was 11, like so. Understanding like you can go in there and like and not make it. He was 33 years old, like so he was still young. Like it wasn't like he was old and out of shape, like so. I don't wish that on nobody, like but at the same time, like shit, it's the reason they there, like so. Shout out to Bianca's retard strength. That's what a messed up name, Bianca. But hey, cause I seen the strength of some retards, like low key, like so. It sounds just like Jinx. People be thinking I'm the baby brother between me and my brothers, but I'm the middle. Like so, Jinx is my baby brother. So that means Jinx sounds like me and he looks like me, like because I'm 2 years older than him. Like so, but he's the rapper. I'm the speaker. You got the entertainer, which is my older brother. You got the speaker, which is me, and then you got the rapper, which is my little brother. And he don't just rap, like he write movies and shit like that too, like write books and all that. So he's more of like the creator, that on that end. Like so, I can teach, I can give wisdom and knowledge. And then you got my older brother who's the entertainer. Like so, okay. I shine in my space. Like so, that's all I can do. Speaking to a dude to a slug. I mean, he could speak. I mean, of course he could speak well. But when I say speaker, you haven't heard me speak yet. So, like, I have the podcast. Like, they don't got no podcast. I got a podcast. So he can speak. We all can speak. We all can talk, right? Like so. I mean, he CJ does get. Let's be clear when we talk about my brother. Like CJ does have a mouthpiece to like to get where he got in life. You gotta be able to speak well. Like so, it was a point in time where like that's where I feel like I. That's where yeah, not I feel I know I learned to speak up. Like watching my brother, like because he was always outspoken. So I took that from him when I was living with him in the guest house. I'm like oh shit, I need to start speaking up for myself. Like so, ever since then, like shit, I've just been using my mouth like to just hey, do what it do. Like so, I'll say I'm more of the speaker. He's more of the entertainer because like that's what he does. He provides the content that entertains the world. They don't watch my brother for his speaking. They watch him for like his lifestyle. Like so, and not just his lifestyle, but his personality. Like he has a more like brighter personality. When we was growing up and as kids, CJ was more of the class clown. I was the honor roll school student. So Jinx, he was the honor roll student too, but like I said, he was the baby brother. Like so, when I would make the honor roll, like my grandma made a big deal out of it, but when he was making the honor roll, she didn't. Like so, yeah, I was more of the like. The, I ain't gonna say I was more of the, like the kid like that everybody loved the most, but CJ got in trouble a lot because, like I said, being a class clown, he always got in trouble in school. Like so, I never got in trouble in school. But yeah, he ended up being the more favorite in the world. Like at this point, people don't gravitate to me like that, like they do to him. But that's I guess because I'm not entertaining. Like so, I'm more like I said, the teacher type. Like so, more people will rather be entertained than like learning some new shit. Like so, I have to be okay with the lane that I'm in. Like, should I hop in that lane? I can't entertain. Like, let's be clear now. I can't entertain. Like, but I want to be able to find my lane to where shit I can do me. Like be me. Like that's all I want to do is be me. Like so, all that other stuff is irrelevant. Whatever's meant for me in this world, that's what's meant for me. Whatever's not meant for me, it ain't. Like so, like if it ain't meant for me to have a million subscribers, I'll never get there. But I'm not gonna cry about that shit. I can care less because a million subscribers don't mean you got $1 million in your bank account. Like so, I can have $1 million in my bank account and only have 35,000. Like, and that's cool with me. Like, I don't need to be famous. As a matter of fact, I grew up not wanting to be known. I was always known because of CJ, or that was one of the reasons I was always known because of his personality. CJ's personality was so big that it made me more like known, and I was like, I don't want no spotlight on me. Like, but I haven't seen that one in a minute. Like, but Medea's hard. Oh yeah, Medea is definitely helping to push that motherfucking agenda. Like, but Medea been fucking popping since I was a fucking teenager. Like he just had the plays, like that's why like my grandma was like I never was a fan of like Tyler Perry, never like so. Is if whether he fucking got a whatever can't fucking fame. Whether he doing whatever he does, push agenda, like that motherfucker ain't pushing nothing on me. Like shit. But when he funny, he funny. I ain't gonna just say he's like a one way push, but hey, he's doing him. Like if he comfortable with what he doing, he like hey, that's can't be mad at that. Was you, bro? Oh, shout out to Otis Jr. Otis in the Temptations. Have you ever seen the Temptations? Oh yeah, the golf video was my first time I ever was on like YouTube. That was the first video ever of me on YouTube. Going viral for throwing golf club. Yeah. So to know that I evolved to who I am today, like, is a big fucking transition, a big change. But yeah, some people stay the same. Some people never grow. Like, so I grew out of that part of my life. Like, you won't ever see me throw on the golf club. Yeah, like they couldn't found like a woman who like played the role. Man, every black I ain't gonna say every, but damn near every black family I know had a Medea. Like so, and the Medea I knew like she was not like Tyler Perry's version. Like that was more like I didn't know no type of Medeas. I ain't gonna block you, but you want to talk about the motherfucking dresses and shit tonight, but like I said, that shit don't bother me. Like motherfucking Martin did it in Big Mama's house. I actually went to the movie to see that shit. I thought it was funny. Yep, that was me. Yep, I told him that in like 2019. So Whether she did or didn't, like, shit didn't stop him from fucking being with her. So, hey, if she do got it, I mean, if that spell is still on him, like shit, that's a strong ass spell, like shit, cause and normally he could break out of a spell easily. Should just take a spiritual bath, like shit. So, hey, if she do got something on him, that shit is backfiring. Like, I swear I never thought about dresses being bad until I seen it on YouTube, like those conspiracy videos. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna say a spell, but shit, like some type of magic. Whether it's mental magic, black magic, sex magic, candle magic, motherfuckers putting shit in your food magic, period blood and spaghetti. Like motherfuckers do all type of shit to trap a person. Not saying she did one of those, but yeah. You got people out there like, hey, she got the bag. Like, hey, she already got him. Like, it don't. There is no need for a spill at this point. She already has kids. Like, so understanding like she already has kids. Like, whatever she did, like, it is what it is. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't think nothing wrong with Shanae either. Like, so like, but like I said, when the world started making it seem bad, like, but they never count all the fucking white people that be in dresses either. Shout out to you, Otis Jr. for coming through. Hey, my family's they'll be good. So, hey, it's all content. Everything is content. Like when you think about my brother, everything that he does, it's content. Like so, just take everything with a grain of salt. Like, it's entertainment. He'll tell you himself his life is a TV show, a movie. Like so, what he put out there, my brother is so calculated. Like he knows what reaction he's going to get out of every single person on the internet. Like so, when he says certain things, it's meant to like he's that calculated. He knows what he's doing. So once you can make it on her own, hold on. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I can't speak on why they came back, but it's the reason they're together. So they've been together this long. I gotta do something and channel our ancestors. I always channel my ancestors. Come on, I talk about that all the time. I was just trying to sit here for 2 million dollars. That was content. Everything's content. Everything's content. Did royalty really sue him? No. Like so. You got to think about it. When you're on a platform and you're creating, like your job is to create content to get paid. Well, it's not a job, but that's their life. And so your whole life becomes content. Everything. What can I do to get the views? Bring the views in. Like so, whatever it takes. That's what I'm gonna do. Like definitely, Jinx music is fire. Like so, yeah. You got someone who's great at creating, entertaining content on YouTube, but then you got somebody who's great at making music. Like I said, you got me. We ain't the only kids in the family, but yeah, we had two sisters, but one passed away. My older sister, or I don't know where she at, but yeah. I'm not over here trying to be YouTube famous. Like that's not my goal. I'm more into business. Like so, you talk about making money and like networking, and that's where I come into play. Like ideas, all of that, like providing a service. That's what I do. Like so, we all have a different path on this planet. That I can't step in nothing. I mean, I could create funny videos on YouTube, or I could make music. I can do anything I want to. Like so, I'm not subjected to just speaking and being like doing this. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want. But to know like what I'm good at is what I'm doing right now. Like so, I'd be a fool to like try to do something else that ain't working for me. Now, if that shit started working and then and I just had to do it because it worked, then that's a different story. But hey, you gotta try for it to work though. You can't just be sitting on your ass and just be like, man, I just hope something just falls out the air for me, like to get rich or whatever it is. Like it don't work like that. You gotta put the work in. Like so, I'm willing to do that. I already did that. My platform, all my 35,000 subscribers, came off me. It didn't come off my brother. Like so, understanding that, shit. Hey, I understand what it takes to build your own shit up. Like so, and just because I like seeing him do it. Like so, it's kind of like the cheat code, like having somebody do it in front of you, become successful, just chase their dreams, so you know it's possible because y'all got the same DNA. Like a lot of people don't got that. Like so, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a cheat code, but at the same time, I had to put the work in. Like it wasn't like the shit just came to me. Like I mean, at first it did when I first moved to Vegas. Like I got a bunch of Instagram followers. But that Instagram got hacked and took away, so I haven't got none of that. Like so, I had to build this up on my own. Like so, but I got to understand what it takes to build your own platform, and I understand how it feels to just have everything handed to you as well. Like so, but which one feels better? Having to build your shit on your own. I mean, it's cool just having shit just fall in your lap and shit overnight you get 10,000 followers just like that. Like that's cool too. Like honestly, if I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm gonna be honest. It feels better to when shit is handed to you too. But you don't value it. Like that's the part where people get fucked up at. Yeah, it's cool having shit just handed to you, but you don't value it. You don't understand what it takes to earn that for yourself. So then you misplace it. Then you let it go. Yeah, so yeah, you take it for granted. So that's why I say I'd rather build it for myself. But just having some shit just given to me, like now I take it any day, cause I understand now. I know what it takes to build the shit up for myself. So to deny some shit now and be like, oh, I don't want to just hand it to me. Fuck no, I know I didn't did the work now. Shit, I didn't experience both, and I know which one I like better. Shit just being handed. All his old channels. See, that's dope. But my brother, he only have the CJ So Cool channel, and then Royalty got her channel. So he don't have no other channels. So that'd have been dope. Shit, if my brother built up a channel and just gave me 1 million subscribers, and I just created off that. That. Come on, who wouldn't want that? But that's not my path. So understanding that ain't my path. Shit, I'm cool with I said, my 35,000 subscribers. It ain't millions, but I built it on my own. So I wish you just could give kids their channel back that she stole. I mean, he could always start another channel for the kids, so, and he could start one for each of the kids, have their own stuff. But you gotta put the work in. You gotta editing videos, recording. That's a lot, and it takes a lot of energy and time. So, you gotta have the kids that want to do that. If they don't want to have a YouTube channel, then it'd be wrong to force them to do something that they don't want to do. Like I said, me, like shit, get me 1 million, get me a fucking YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. I would take that any day. But at the same time, having this, shit, it feels good too. Like I said, I'm able to brag that shit. Hey, I built up 35,000 subscribers on my own, even though it's not a lot. I know people who only got 1,000 subscribers, and they've been working and trying to get it more than that for forever. So, about to get off live because I hear my daughter crying. So, she's interrupted. As soon as I said that, she stopped crying. But y'all do more videos together. See Jinx a lot. But me and Jinx do videos. Or do not. We don't do videos together. But when I go over to his house, I get on live with him. So. But I ain't seen CJ since 2019. So. And I still live in, I live in North Las Vegas. I don't live in Las Vegas. So. But I still live in in the area. But I haven't seen him. So. And since I haven't been invited, I'm not just gonna show up on nobody's doorstep. Like so, that'd be rude. So understand, like I said, the path that I took was to be on my own. Like I learned what I needed to learn within the 8 months I was living in his guest house, to where I could build my own shit up on myself. Got my business, got my brand, got my family, got my kids. Like shit, I got everything that I built the shit up. Like so, like I said, it's just not as big as his because we're doing two different things, and like you have, you don't have so many people interested in what I'm doing. Like so, since that's the case, like most of the time I have to step out, like and do something like okay, capture the attention, like by providing something that people want. A lot of people want me to talk about my brother, like so. It's like, damn, is that what I need to do? Like, what the fuck? Like, is that the lane? But I never always want to be known as just see their little brothers. Like, that's the stigma that I outgrew when I became who I am today. Like, so it's like, do you want to go back into that role, like, where people not knowing your name? Like, but it'll be different the next time. Like, so. Uh, well, if you check out my old videos, then you're gonna get to know me. Like, so I got other like definitely other lives where I did this, just had conversations, like just random. Like, so, and I do it often too. Like I've been kind of slacking off like last or this month, but I'm gonna get back on it, like on my stuff. But yeah, I've been getting like a lot more traction to my channel. Most people thought I was Carnation Dad when they first seen me. They were like, is that Carnation real dad? I'm like, no, but yeah. It be like that sometimes. Like shit, when they see me on the video on the T page, they're like, is that Jinx? I'm like, that's how it's always been for me. I've never got to be myself when it came to like my brother's like platform. It's either your CJ So Cool's little brother, or your Jinx, or your Carnation, or Leon dad. You never can it. Like, so it's like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't like, I mean, at first I was cool with that role, but it's like I said, I outgrew it. So, talk about you. I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, when they put my video on there, like, I ain't tripping off that shit. My video had only got like 800 some views, and like the one that got the most views is like at 300, I think like 300 something thousand. I'm like, and I don't eat off none of it, but it's cool at the same time. But most people like they will want that. Like they're like, damn, I wish I was on like something like that. And that's why I built my platform, Anthony. So like it had nothing to do with my brother's success. Now, like when people come on my live, most people know me for, like just because y'all see me build my own positive minds only. But now, since I was put on that T page, like my brother's fans who know me as being CJ So Cool little brother, like they're like, oh, I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. Like I didn't know, like no, he would. It's basically that. Like, but it's now it's like I'm merging the two. Like so, since I'm merging the two, it's like how big can I make this thing? Like, shit, how big can I grow it? Like, so that's the next like goal. Like, shit, low key. But when I first was crazy is when I first came to Vegas, I was in like a lot of my brother's videos, and every single last one of them had multi-million views. I wasn't like this. I wasn't doing lives. I wasn't doing YouTube consistent. What, babe? I'm not just stand right there. You can walk up. Like you be standing in the dark hiding. You're confusing me. Did you see? You see, they say something when he seen it on. He didn't say nothing to me, but you see what happened to Kamara when she was supposedly dancing on the board. I didn't watch the video. I did see like a thumbnail, but I didn't watch the video. So, uh, kids. That's why I said kids need to be on punishment. Like after this just whole fiasco, like just from Kamari on that tip, being in the inconvenient area, or I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I don't understand. I can't speak on it because I didn't see the whole context of the video, and I didn't see her dancing on the board. But I did hear they said that people were putting their hands on her butt, boys and girls, and then you just mentioned she was dancing on the board. Like that's like, that ain't supposed to be going on. But when I think about it, when I was in elementary school, we had things called the maid dance or sock hops. That's exactly what was going on. Kamari is my niece, like so. Yeah, like so it's harmless. It literally is harmless fun. Like I ain't gonna say it's harmless fun, but like it's things that shouldn't be on camera. Like why people got their phones recording stuff. Like, but once again, it's something that's not appropriate as well. Cause I ain't gonna say what we was doing in sock hops was appropriate. Like shit. Now that I think about, but at the same time, like that's what the natural thing that the kids were doing. Is it because they watched their parents do it? Gigi, come here. Come here, mama. Come here. Come here. Okay. You want to be loud? You want to bring her over here? And she can get on camera. Yeah, but I didn't see the video. But if you ask CJ growing up how he was as a kid, twerking is not the worst thing. I can assure you that. Like if we're gonna keep it like all the way 100, like yeah, it's not the worst thing. I feel like shit. They've been together too long to like still be tripping off things they trip off. And like I said, TV pages they do be like picking up all the drama. They need to like promote more positivity, but that's not what bring in the views. Like it's the drama that bring in the views. So kids these days are growing up a lot quicker than what we did. She's definitely a kid. Like I said, but I'm not the father of Kamari. I'm just the uncle. Like so, I only got my opinion. Like so, I got my kids in my house. Like all my kids are here except for my oldest who will be here. So like they not doing it. You won't see them doing that. Like my kids is not on the internet like that. Like so, it's like I said, if you knew who CJ was, if you knew our upbringing, if you knew how we were with kids, you'd be like, oh, I get it. Like so, I ain't gonna say it's nothing bad or good, but it's not nothing different. Yeah, like it's not nothing different. I don't condone it, but and like I said, if I'm dad, hey, I'm punishment. Like no phones, no nothing, none of that. Like so, not my situation though. Like so, and I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure Kamari got in trouble for that. Like 100% sure by her mom. Her mom ain't playing that shit. Like so, Kamari was definitely dealt with for what she did. Like, but once again, she's still a kid, and like kids are doing what kids do. I'm not gonna fucking judge no kid because we're all humans and adults, and we make fucking mistakes every fucking day. Like, so am I gonna fucking put a fucking kid on a like make like punish them way worse than I punish an adult for like or punish myself for making mistakes? So if you're not gonna put the same energy as you do when the kid make mistake on yourself, then you shouldn't be uh, getting on the kid like that. Like so, you gotta keep that same energy. But at the same time, like I said, if you grew up how I grew up, and me and CJ, like shit is not nothing new. I also feel like no matter what the family went through, they shouldn't have spoke out and disrespected Kamari. I feel like that too. Like, but that was like when I go back and watch, I seen that live that one time. So I can't truly remember what was said, but I know like the girl who was in the video, like I feel like she shouldn't even have no input. Like she shouldn't even been asked no hypothetical questions, none of that. Like she should have just kept her mouth on the situation, and that was it. I feel like Jalea over answered the question because when Jalea, the girl was like, "Has Kamari ever disrespected your mom?" Jalea was like, "No." But if she did, I'd have did so and so. Like I feel like she didn't have to add the extras. But if she did, because like it's not, it wasn't even a hypothetical question asked. She was asking her a particular question. Has Kamari ever disrespected your mom? Like so. But they're kids. Once again, like, but that girl shouldn't be even asking questions like, "Why are you bringing up Kamari name in your mouth?" Like, why is like Kamari don't know who you is, and if she did, I'm a, I'm a be like, I hate to say it, but like, if Kamari knew who that girl was, I'm pretty sure that girl wouldn't say that in front of Kamari's face. She wouldn't. Like so. Hmm?
No.
That's what they do a lot. Like so, I'm used. That's why I kind of stayed out the lane of being CJ So Cool, brother, because I got tired of the CJ So Cool questions. But I understand what this game come with. Like so, it is what it is. What you want me to get online?
See that side?
You sound like that's in your voice. And as you can see now, the CJ So Cool fans are coming. Like, but for the first 6 months of YouTube, as you can see, nobody knew who like CJ So Cool was. Like, nobody mentioned who my brother was. But it was only when that T page got my video. Like, then, like the people who knew who I was or knew of me, like, they're like, oh, there he is. Let's go.
What you trying to get, boo?
What's your favorite thing about YouTube? My favorite thing about YouTube is learning. You can learn so much information on YouTube. You can listen to so many audiobooks. I changed my life off of YouTube. I became a better person off of YouTube. I learned how to meditate watching YouTube videos. Like so, YouTube has changed my life tremendously. Like, and that's kind of like my favorite thing about YouTube. You said I look different. Is you because you thinking I'm jinxed? Like, is that why you say I look different, or do I look different because like you know who Kenneth is? And like, oh, I look different, but I don't think I look different. The only thing different is like I didn't have this, but other than that, everything else is the same. Just started banning all the conspiracy videos. They don't ban them; they just hide them. Like, cause that's what I talk a lot about a lot of conspiracy stuff. Like, so I'm kind of like shadow banned. Like I said, if I was talking about another type, or if I was doing something different, everybody would be seeing me. But when I talk about these topics I talk about, like shit, YouTube be like, we're gonna put you in the corner where nobody can see you. But Sky is with her dad. Shit, if you watch Jinx, see you think I'm Jinx. I'm not Jinx. Sky is my niece. Like so. You ready for me to get off?
No, I'm not.
Did you gonna get on camera or something?
No, I just took my makeup off and washed my face.
Because I feel like your energy is saying, get off live.
No, I promise you was not saying get off live. I promise you was not saying like, that would be your energy.
No.
That's not what I'm trying to project. I'm not projecting to get off live.
Because I feel like every time when she come down here and she watch me talk, it's because she's trying to monitor what I say, make sure I don't say nothing extra.
No,
that's why I don't like when you come watch me, because it feels like I gotta like censor.
Like I'm your mama, like no.
Yeah, like no.
You're not in trouble, no.
Yeah, I know I ain't gonna get in trouble.
Exactly.
Like, but I don't like your facial expressions when I say certain things. I'm like, I could do without that. Like, it's like when I was on my podcast, nobody could see my face, so like I could, it didn't matter. But now I'm on like doing YouTube. It's like it's a different ball game. Said, do I have kids? I got the most kids out of everybody. Like, I got 7 kids. But yeah, I got 7 kids.
What? You see what somebody said? I'm trying to run to him and let him be free.
Exactly.
He is free. I do not. Just like no.
Like if you go back and watch my content, you'll see like shit.
I'm on that, yes. He be off the wall. I'm like, look, and I suggest, like maybe he shouldn't say things like maybe you should. You trying to be heard?
You both. But Anthony, you say you're doing your thing from the muscle, and I respect that. Now people see what I was trying to do, like, cause now you see more people coming in asking about my brother. So, like, obviously, like, you for the past 6 months or 3 months, it was never like this. So now, like I said, since that video went viral, like more people found where I was at, and I'm like, oh, let's go ask him some questions. But it's 11 out here, 11:04. You can go back upstairs.
Man, I'm watching you on live as well upstairs.
Hmm?
I'm not.
You ain't getting on camera. If you're not gonna get on camera, you gotta go bye bye.
My hand is on camera.
They go get all the way on camera.
You about you? It's
Yep.
you almost
You
like
gotta
2
go.
hours in. Like I don't have.
What's your IG? Positive minds only, but it's not. Girl, go on.
Okay.
But it's yeah, positive minds only. I'm thinking about changing it because I'm like about to just change it to my name. Like so, people are like, oh, there he is. Like so. It wasn't. See, it was the courts who like kind of forced Kamari to go back to Vegas. But when you get child support involved, like then you got to play by the rules all the way. Like so, it's CJ was playing chess, not checkers. Like I said, CJ is very calculated. Like when he want things done, like CJ can tell you more about the law of attraction than I can. Like he doesn't talk about it much like he should, but he could tell you about manifesting your reality in the life you want. Like so, he gets everything he wants. It always been that way. Like so, you got to take the good with the bad when it comes to it. Like when it comes to it, but I'm the same way too. Like I get everything that I want too. So it just comes in a different way. Kamari is my niece. So Kamari is one of my nieces. Like so, like only nephew I have is like CJ and Leon. But only blood nephew is little CJ. But I'm the one with the boys. Like I got two. Well, I got two boys, and then my little sister had a boy who passed away when he was still like a stillborn, still an infant. So. Exactly. Like so, as I could have been like just pulled the CJ sticker, like pulled the CJ card and put like a title. Cause if people know my brother, they know how much drama he go through. I could have been pulled the card and like, hey, here I am. But that wasn't what I came here. That wasn't what I did in the first place. My whole thing was like my nieces was getting caught in that drama, and I'm like, it's time for me to say something. Like so, I didn't expect for the T page to pick up my video. Like that was I didn't send that to her. Like she grabbed that mug soon after I made the video. Like and I don't know how she did it. Like because I didn't know they was paying attention to. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. But when she posted that video, like I said, it's like 300 something thousand views. Like and now people are like, oh, like I said, there's Kenneth. As you can see, Kamari is the most popular one that they talk about. But it's always been like that. Kamari has always been like the more well-known kid. But yep, that's my family. Blood family. Can't change it if I could. So when shit like this happen, instead of like shying away from it and running away from it, like shit, I need to learn to embrace it. I need to learn to. I never embraced the CJ So Cool brother role. I mean, I used to at first, but that was before I woke up. After I woke up, I never embraced that role. So now it's like coming back and embracing like who I truly am because I can't change like that. Like that's can't change who your mother and dad is, who your father is. Like so, it ain't too many people who got his back on like the media or side or like the social media side or the voice. Like, so I feel like it's important, like, for me to speak up, like, cause a lot of people shit on my brother a lot, cause, like I said, being under a microscope, everything you do, like, people are looking to crucify you for it. But I feel like kids gotta clean. like even Kamar, like even every kid, we grew up like if she didn't ever tell you the stories of us growing up being like slaves. I don't know why he never mentioned it, but like yeah, we was like slaves. Always had to clean the house. Outside, inside was like our house was immaculate growing up. Like, cause like we that was the case. Like it couldn't be. It wasn't no other way around it. Like my Gigi raised us like we were slaves. She was my Gigi, which was my great grandmother who raised us. Her dad's parents were slaves. Like so, had the mindset. He raised my Gigi like a slave because that's how he was raised. So, what you think my Gigi raised us as? So, kind of was raised rough, but we was raised in the right way. You see, vacuum the carpet with. Yeah, that's true. We definitely have to vacuum the carpet with our hand, the whole fucking floor. Like so, I know how to clean, and that's why I probably don't do that much cleaning today, because I'm like, I can remember that shit. Fuck that. But yeah, we was raised right. Like so, that's why you have the successful like. That's why you have successful brothers like us. Like, even though I'm not a big YouTuber, like you can't discredit my success. I have a business. I done made 6 figures in my business last year. Like I didn't finally moved into the house that I wanted to move in. Like got custody of all my kids except for my oldest son. Like I said, but he'll be here this summer. Like so, I'm successful already. Even if I don't got a million views, a million subs, like that don't make me more or less popping than like shit the next person. Like so, everything happened for a reason though. Can't forget that. Like I said, the world is not ready for like my type of conversations. Like my shit is more like deep level thinking and shit. Like the average person, the average yeah, is not ready for me. They couldn't even grasp the type of information that I gave, like, cause I'm on a different frequency. And that's when I started to talk different. Like when I started bringing up vibrations and frequencies and shit, like the people who don't know who my brother is, like they know what I'm talking about. But the people who know who my brother is, they don't know what I'm talking about. That's the whole thing, like the blend. That's why I gotta blend it in, because I know now it's two type of like audiences in here. You know, woke stuff, so I definitely watch your older videos. See, so if you went to woke stuff, then like, that's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for the woke of people who are like fans of my brother. Like, cause at the end of the day, I know there are some woke people out there. Like so, yeah, spiritual soul. Like he woke up. I remember when he first woke up, cause he changed. He started changing his YouTube. Like he created the spiritual self, and it was like a year after I woke up, and I was kind of mad because I'm like, damn, how is he waking up and like known as the woke creator, like woke YouTuber? And I'm like, man, I just woke like I woke up a year, and I've been talking about this a whole year. And like I ain't got paid for it. I ain't got no YouTube subscribers from it or none of that. And I'm like, man, like I started to listen to it and start watching. I'm like, oh, well, that's just his journey. Like he was meant to like experience that. Like so, he woke a lot of people up for real. Like through his transformation. Like and his audience is his audience. His audience ain't my audience. So he was already on a platform. Like, and I'm pretty sure when he started waking up, his fans, majority of them looked at him different. Like all like he had millions of like followers and subscribers. All of them didn't like watch his spiritual soul stuff. Like so, I mean, I fuck with spiritual soul, but I definitely did wake up. I was on my shit way like I ain't gonna say way before, and it's not a race. Like just because I woke up first don't mean shit. Like doesn't mean a damn thing. Like, but I was saying when he first woke up and I seen him like just transitioning on YouTube, I'm like, I was supposed to be the YouTuber who was talking about spirituality and like waking people up like that, but I didn't have that platform. Like so, yeah. Now I just do what I do, and like I done woke up enough people. Like it ain't even about who wakes up the most people. Like shit, I done woke up everybody who I knew around me. Like so, all my Facebook people like shit, they woke up because of me. Like all the like my friends, people who I knew personally. Like when I start seeing them wake up, I'm like, oh shit, like that. That's how I know like the strength of my impact. Like, cause I was literally the first woke person in my city, in my household. Like shit, nobody would. I didn't even know what being woke was. Like you said, you ain't sun gazing though. Like you could do it in the house, low key, like shit, or do it like outside. And just, I mean, I understand why you said that, but you can get some type of benefit, like just sun gaze in a couple minutes. Or you know what you should do? Stargaze. That's what you do. If you don't sun gaze, stargazing is meant for you. Jinx is woke. Like let's get the yeah, Jinx woke, but I'm the one who like I was the first woke one. like I said, I was the first one. I was the first in 2017, 2018 is when I woke up. Like so, I people don't know, but when I was at CJ, so when I was living in the guest house with my brother, that's when I started like truly waking up. Like, and I didn't know I was waking up. I just was going through like a transitional phase, and I'm like, oh shit, my life is not the same as it used to be. Like, so when I look back on, I'm like, oh shit, that's when I woke up. Damn, you ain't got no stars out there. Do you see the moon? You got a moon gaze then. Hey, that's true too. Like so, CJ, my older brother CJ, he's starting to wake up too. Or yeah, like yeah, he made a few like work videos. Like so, hey, I know that they're consciously like awakening, and I'm not gonna say it was because they was watching me, but we all gonna wake up at our own time. Like so, whoever is first, that like I said, it was just because my alarm was set earlier. Like so, but everybody looked at me different when I was like first woke up. Like there was nobody who I could talk to, like, hey, like and tell what I was going through, because nobody understood. They were looking at me like I was crazy. I literally stopped listening to rap music, stopped watching TV, stopped listening to the radio, all of that. And people was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah, he see emotion drinking into water. Feels so much better than that. That's true, Anthony. But and that's all that matters. Like it doesn't matter like who wakes who up. As long as everybody wakes up, that's all that like that's the only thing that matters. Like so. But we still all still do gotta go through that shadow phase though. Like so. That's when like the negative shit start coming into play. Like shit like all that drama and tea and like repeated cycles. Like so I could tell you a little bit about that type of shit too. But yeah, I ain't about. It's crazy. I ain't plan on staying. I ain't plan on staying here that long. Say he smoke with some. He probably like taking it in his shakes and stuff like that. But yeah, I woke up early and CJ was looking at me crazy. Literally, CJ Aaron was. I dyed my hair blonde and shit. Cause like I said, I was just going through a change. I'm like, man, I can't. I had to do something different. Like I felt like I was stuck in a box for so many years until I woke up and I'm like, oh shit, I need to change everything about me. Like so, dye my hair, fucking start wearing bracelets with the energy chakra beads and shit like that. Start buying crystals. Start lighting candles. Start communicating with my ancestors type shit. And people was like, what the fuck? some crazy shit because we grew up as Christians. We grew up in a church. Like, so when they seen me changing and like and just everything about me, they were like, oh yeah. I kind of, they didn't separate themselves. I kind of separated myself. Like, so the reason why y'all didn't see me is because I never came back around my brother. Like, I could have easily just pulled, I knew where he lived the whole time. Like, I knew where he was at. I just never pulled up because I'm like, first of all, I want to build my shit up on my own. And when I do come around my brother, I want to be able to have something like to show for it. Like, so now, like I said, when I'm reappearing on YouTube to everybody, it's I already got 35,000 people who subscribe, and don't none of them know who my brother is. Like, so religious stuff is judgmental. Facts. So a lot of people who are still religious, like when I was coming out talking about what they believed in, like they kind of like shadow banned me on Facebook. But now, like I said, more people is waking up. Now, like, told you, motherfuckers. But I ain't truly the I told you so type. But low-key I am. Because I be warning people, and they don't fucking listen. Literally, I'll tell people everything that's about to happen, and they'll ignore it until it happens. And I'm like, no, Kiddo said that. You should have listened. But then when I tell them again, they still don't listen. Like, hey, you gotta learn your lessons how you learn your lessons. So I ain't about to judge nobody for the actions they take in life and the actions they make in life, because that's all up to them. Your experience is your experience. My experience is my experience. So I'm just rolling my blunt up right now, so don't mind me. But yeah, y'all will see me more on key. Got to say, Mr. Whatever judge you. Facts, Bianca. I be talk. If you watch my live streams, because that's all you gotta do. Just watch the old ones. I talk about all of that. That's the message I preach. All this shit is the same, just different names, different characters, different places. Ain't no point in motherfuckers nobody saying, oh, my beliefs is better than, or my beliefs is real and yours is fake. That shit is all the same. The spiritual knowledge, the religion knowledge, all of it is the fucking same. Yes, it probably originated from spirituality, but it's still the same. You need to separate yourself from the rest when you pull up to your brother's sister's brother. That's true, Anthony, but you don't know my family. Like, you don't know my family. It's not even my family. You don't know my brothers. Like, because it's not about competition between us, but it's about what are you doing? Like, you can't just be one of us. Like, I'm talking about CJ and my little brother Jinx. You can't just be one of us and not doing something creative. Like, you can't just be like, I don't know. It ain't gonna work. Yep, I thought. So that's why I told her, like, if she just go back to any of my past lives, like, shit, I talk about this shit all the time. Like, and those lives don't got nothing to do with, like, my brothers. Like, it's literally just information. But I do. One of the full moons that fucking I can't remember when it was, but that full moon that I started telling us talking about my brother and shit. Man, if the vlogs and the T pages had a guy holding the act shit, they would have been like, oh yeah, this is T. Like they would have went crazy on that one. I ain't even gonna tell people what live stream that was, but yeah. That one is a but my family and my brothers is like motivation. It ain't competition. It's motivation. Cause that's all it is, like shit. Cause it ain't like we trying to get somebody's fucking attention or get the love from my grandma or mom or anything. That shit is out the window. It's just like it motivates. Like I said, when I was living with my brother in his guest house, it was motivating to experience that lifestyle. So it made me want to go chase my own shit and go get my own. Like so, whatever I created up until this point, like shit, it's like I'm pretty sure he'd be watching me. Like I said, when I was the first to wake up. Jan, I think Jinx woke up second, and then CJ woke up. Jinx was the first on YouTube, but CJ just blew up first. But it's not like I said, it's not like a competition. It's like a motivation, like just to, I don't know. Y'all leading and guiding and following each other at the same time. CJ is definitely a great father, and to know that we didn't have a father growing up, it's like they should cut him more slack, but it's like they don't know that's not gonna get them paid like shit. If they cut CJ slack, it's not cool to cut CJ slack. It's cool to fucking pick up on all the tea and drama that CJ like creates, but that's what he wants. Like I said, he's calculated. He's not doing anything just randomly putting it out there. Like everything he does is like, okay, is people gonna watch this? What they gonna think about it? Like what they gonna say? Like he knows how to sway the masses. That's exactly why he's in the position he is in now. Cause that shit he took calculated risks. Hey, see, there's my little brother right there. Like I said. Jinx, did you see my shit? Fucking like the T page got my shit. Exactly. Like if CJ don't have no shit going on in the summertime, like shit, it's a boring summer for YouTube. Like I'm telling you, when CJ's drama shit start popping off, everybody gets on it. Last summer, I think I don't know if it was summer, but last year it was like all the younger YouTubers tried attacking CJ and like tried like starting shit. It's like they was doing that because he's the head top dog. Like it's so motherfuckers. I mean, he's influenced a lot of people. Like literally influenced a fucking generation of motherfuckers. But like I said, Jinx was the one who was here first. Jake, when you see motherfuckers doing reaction videos, Jinx, I ain't gonna say he was the first person who did the reaction, but he was the one who blew that shit up, like, in my eyes. I ain't see people doing reaction to it until after he blew up off that shit, so. But I feel like, I wish I was more in, like, the entertainment space. Because I know it brings more money and shit, but like I said, the drama. Well, fuck the drama, honestly. It really don't fucking matter. Really, if that's your lane, is that's what you trying to do, if that's what you trying to get paid on drama, then you motherfucking need to be in as much shit as you possibly can, low key. Shout out Timothy and his motherfucking facts like shit, man. I be having to. With that T page, they was like, CJ was so cool, brother said, CJ settled with royalty. I'm like, man, I didn't say that shit. I'm like, but I'm like, hey, whatever it is to get them views up and get people to click this shit, that's cool. That's what, hey, it is what it is. I ain't mad at the situation. Like I said, it brought more people back to who I was or what I had going on. And I already built my platform up so it ain't overran by CJ So Cool fans, like, cause that ain't cool. Like, I'd rather it be kind of balanced, like people who know who my family is and then people who just know who I am. Like, so when it do come together, be like, oh shit, we ain't even know this about him. That's true. Like, my grandma still watch General Hospital to this day. Like, shit. And if it ain't General Hospital, it's another one of them, the days of our lives. I used to love that shit too. Like, not the General Hospitals type shit, but like it was certain shows that I be just get caught up into watching this shit. Like shit, catch 'em. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. But like I said, both of my brothers has built lanes for themselves, and I'm like, shit, I had to like do something for myself. I'm like, people can't just know me and I ain't got nothing going for myself, like, cause then that's gonna make me look like LeAngelo Ball and shit. Like, that nigga look like a failure because he didn't make it to the NBA. Whole time he's a hooper. Like literally, if you know who Lonzo and LaMelo Ball is, the middle brother, they all hoopers. And if I'm not mistaken, shit, LeAngelo looks like he would be the one who's more like popping, like more like the man. Like, but he the one who didn't make it to the NBA yet. Like, not to say he won't ever make it there, but ain't he the middle brother? Like, so I gotta escape that stigma of not like being successful in like YouTube lane. I feel like that's the what I'm going against, like shit. But at the same time, building up my platform to where I got it now. Like I said, I'm already a success. This shit don't like just because I don't have 1 million subscribers, that don't mean I ain't accomplished something. Like shit. See if both your brothers are here. I don't see CJ. Well, shit. Anthony said that I wouldn't be surprised if my brother CJ was there, but he don't. I'm pretty sure out of all the times I went live this year, he done seen one of them. He just didn't say nothing. I'm like, but that's cool. No, that's Jinx. Like, I thought you was talking about both of my brothers. But he was saying clickbait is king on YouTube for the simple fact people be putting shit in their fucking titles. And like, they be clickbait. They don't have shit to do with the motherfucking title. It's times where, man, ain't no telling how many fucking videos I done clicked on for clickbait. And those T pages are I ain't gonna say the king, but shit, queens of that shit. The motherfuckers be clickbaiting like a motherfucker. But if that's how they get their money, if you're putting in work, if you're putting in actual work and whatever you're doing, then do you. Fuck it. Don't commit. I hope that shit don't be going for everybody else. But shit, them not knowing, but I wouldn't be surprised if CJ was watching my video. Especially since I popped out, like, knowing, like, he watches the T pages, I know he was like, what the fuck is Kendall doing on the T pages? I know that caught them off guard. Like, so, because I didn't even expect that shit. And then for it to get 300-some thousand views, and I'm like, none of my live streams can go over 1,000. I'm like, ain't this some bullshit? So I'm like, it's people who do know who I am, they're just in that universe. So it's like I gotta kind of go back into that universe now that I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, let me go get the people who remember who I was. They just don't know where to find me. Like, so I hate that it's in drama, but at the same time, that's what that's what it is. That's what it is. Shit. Definitely gotta finesse, like little finesse my way. Like, it's crazy that I gotta do this, be strategic and shit. But hey, it's the game we playing. Well, it's Jinx, my little brother, he right above you, like, so he ain't gonna like he gonna show himself. Now CJ, like, he's more the type to have like a create. You know how people we have like I probably got like 3 YouTube channels. 2 I don't use, but this is my main one. But I got 2 that I just created, just for fuck's sake. But I know like shit, more people got that shit, and they just be on YouTube under fucking fake profiles and shit. But that's why I always just tell the truth, like shit, man. I don't tell no lies about no shit. Like I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't about to expose nobody to try to make nobody look bad. Like especially not my family. Like that's gonna do for me. Like, yeah, to get me some views in the moment, but overall, like shit, that's still family. Like why would I try to make somebody look bad for now when you gotta live with this person for the rest of your life? Like, and I was there with the snake when individual type anyway. That ain't never been me. definitely got the burner accounts. But yeah, like I feel like I literally gotta finesse my way into this shit, and I know I got a fan base out there. I know where they at too. I just been avoiding them, like, cause I'm like, now like, fuck that shit. Those are the ones who watch your whole video. Like, I got 35,000, but they gonna watch my shorts, and like they'll do that type of shit. But when it comes to the live, 35,000 people ain't in this live. Like so, I'm pretty sure I know. I mean, I don't know 35,000 people individually, but I know there's an extra 300,000 people at least who know who Kenneth is. Probably more than that. Like I said, I was in videos which was getting millions of views every time he posted. Like so, knowing like shit, people know who I am, and I'm reappearing. It's like, damn, I gotta go all the way in the door. Like I gotta not just step my foot in, but like just go all the way through that motherfucker and just like, do what I gotta do. Shit. Charleston White, I be watching him and see how he finessed his way into the industry and like how he was coming at all these rappers, but he really had a message that he was delivering. I'm like, man, you really gotta create a character, and my other character is like basically CJ So Cool's little brother, basically, like or J- everybody be thinking I'm Jinx. Like literally, if you go to that fucking T Page video, a lot of people like, oh, is that Jinx? Or like, there go Jinx. I'm like, that's how it's always been. Nobody remembered the middle child. Like that shit crazy, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, been on this motherfucker over 2 hours. I ain't did that in a minute, low key. But I guess I gotta utilize this time frame like wisely. Like, cause it's been a lot of times where I've caught traction, like on my podcast. It was like 1 month that shit just started going crazy. My numbers going crazy, and I was so fucking procrastinating. Like I was not even fucking posting during that month. I was just like, oh shit, this is crazy, but I wasn't putting out more content, like and capitalizing off that. Like so, I'm like, I can't miss this opportunity. Like so. Said also, why does a grumpy old hypocritical guy? Of course, Harley Quinn is that's one of my favorite songs on his second album. He ain't dropped it yet, but Complicated and Harley Quinn is like my two favorite songs off the back. Like, and he Jinx know that without me saying that like on the lot. Like, I done heard his album. Like those is the ones that I ain't gonna say R&B vibe type of guy, but I'm a vibe-ish type of guy. Like so, those is like his live joints. He's more lyrical, but those are my favorites. But I don't think Charleston White is grumpy though. Like I feel like he more like he understood like analytics and what people wanted to see and like how to capture people's attention. Because if you sit down and listen to him with an open mind and like not judge him off things he said about your favorite rapper, you'll like oh shit, this motherfucker got sense. Like so, understanding like he's playing a role and he's ruffling a lot of feathers. So, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like shit. He did disrespect Nipsey when I first heard of Charleston White. He was out like he was kind of dissing Nipsey, and I'm like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? And then like I actually started listening to him, and I'm like, oh shit, this nigga he not lying really. Just I didn't like the way he said. I didn't like what he had said. Yeah, Jinx is the writer. And I'm like, shit, definitely is the writer on that. I was there when they made the video to that. I was in the background. Well, I wasn't in the video, but I was like just behind the scenes. But I was there for some of the classic moments. When they first dropped "Get a Bag," I wasn't there, but I came like a few months after that. That's when I moved to Vegas after they dropped "Get a Bag." That was the like That was the first one that really went crazy. I think that was at 25 million views. Like, but Jinx been doing music since fucking I was in high school. Like I graduated in 2008, and he was doing music before 2008. Like so, he's 2 years younger than, so he's been doing music for a long time, writing music for a long time. Like so, yeah. But I make some music here and there. I'll write it, but I'll never fucking record that shit. I mean, sometimes I record it, but like I be getting lazy. Definitely know what he wants to do. He is protected. You know why Charleston White is protected? Because most of the people he be talking about, they're not really who they say they are. Like it be the quote unquote gangsters who are really gay behind closed doors, like they putting on the facade. So he's attacking their image. Like so, yes, the people rappers fans don't like it, but at the same time, like he's poking, like he's making fun of. You know how people joke on him because he got a fucked up eye? It's basically like he's doing that about people straight rapper. Like so. But when he came at Kevin Gates, as you can see, like he apologized for that because Kevin Gates responded in like in a different fashion. Like he responded in a respectful way. Like so. I mean, I ain't got no problem with Charleston White. Shit. Like I said, at first when I heard the Nipsey's thing, like, and then when he started speaking on Hermes, I'm like, oh shit, I understand what he's saying. Like I just, like I said, I didn't. I felt some type of way off the initial thing, like off the initial hearing. But all that was for shock value. All that's exactly what that should be, shock value. They not gonna touch him because like literally he'll call the police on you. The fact that he's calling them out. Exactly, 100% sure. Like everybody he calls out, if any of them to do that, he's gonna tell who did it. Like he's gonna. That's what Jinx was like when my brother just said that. I would always think like, if motherfuckers know they about to die or fearing for their life, why don't you just motherfucking say it out loud? Fuck all that other shit. I'ma say who fucking after me or who quote unquote got something to do with me. If I say this person is planning on killing me, like I know for a fact they will not try it. Like they would not fucking do it. Like and what they gonna like? Who's? Come on now, like yeah, nobody's gonna want to. But then if you got multiple enemies, and then they be like, okay, if I kill him, then they gonna point the finger at him. Then yeah, that's kind of. But if you calling out everybody, calling out all your enemies, that's why it's important to know who your enemies are. Like so. Exactly, like them motherfuckers be afraid to like get the police involved. And Charleston White is telling you like he's quick to call the police around. Like he's quick to call. Come on, you don't play around with somebody who like is not playing the street game. Like he's not in the quote unquote streets. He's not going by those rules. Like so, don't expect him to abide by the no snitching code. Like, come on, like, fuck all that shit. That nigga's a genius to me. Like I understand why he doing that shit. Is he helping or hurting? Like, nah, that's a different story. Like just because I understand where he's coming from, like that don't mean like he's helping the situation. Like, but he is shining the light on like rappers who, not just rappers, but like people who died and like they turned into a pack. Like, what's the Tuka's mom? Like he gave her a platform. Fucking FBG Duck, like he be working with the rappers' moms who like like the rappers who passed away. He worked with their mothers, like so. You gotta look past the facade. Hollywood is a facade. The rap industry is a facade. Like most YouTubers, entertainers, they're portraying a character. Like that's not truly who they are. Like unless they're as transparent as me and shit, like then that's different. But this ain't no character. This ain't no facade. Like I'm not trying to entertain nobody. Like music is entertainment. Movie is entertainment. Like all that other shit is entertainment. So It's like where the fans and the money at is in the entertainment industry though. So I guess I can make you motherfuckers laugh. If it come down to it, I guess I can do it. Like so, but I'm not about to do anything that I'm uncomfortable with just so I can get a check. Fuck all that shit. If I feel like I'm gonna regret that shit, nope. I feel like is this gonna make me question my who I am? Nope. Like if I feel like you gonna control my destiny, nope. Like that, I'm against all that. Anything that's against what I want for myself. Like so, if I can't live my life how I want it, if I can't control my destiny and where I'm going in life, I'm good. So I don't need a motherfucker telling me where I need to be, what I need to do 24/7. I'm not in the military no more. I'm not a child. Like I'm a grown ass adult. I know who I am. Like so, that's what that is. Like so, most people be willing to give that up for like fame and money, and I'm like, hey, if you cool with that, okay. But even if you ain't cool with that, but you gave it up, like that's on you too. Like so, I ain't about to have no sympathy for no motherfucker who made choices that they consciously made and wasn't against their will. Like so, if it was against your will, then that's a different story. But all them motherfuckers made a choice. So if you make that choice, you got to be able to live with those choices. So and it ain't like you can't recover from the situation. Like you can easily recover from anything that you experience on this life if it ain't death. So well, you can't recover from AIDS, but that's leading to death. But anyway, any, yeah, you can recover from a lot of setbacks. Like there's nothing really holding us back on this planet. But make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Like I said, I didn't expect to be going this late, but hey, y'all still up. So and it's the summertime. Like 10 people in here, so I know there's people who I know who just not gonna comment on here. Like so y'all just here. I don't know what y'all here for, but yeah, you can definitely. It's that it shit ain't easy, but you can definitely recover. But and it may take some time, but at the same time, if you got the mindset to just keep pressing forward, like and keep moving forward, because that's what it's all about. Seeing, having that perspective that everything that happens to me is like just part of the journey. All I gotta do is just keep moving forward. Like so, whether you die at the top or the bottom, like it's all about perspective at the end of the day. Like so, and I'd rather fucking die chasing my dreams than anything. Fuck all that other shit. I'd rather be I'd rather chase my dreams. I don't know if that's a sign from my wife saying it's bedtime, but I'm gonna take it as that since ain't nobody hit that like button. So I've been on here quite long. Hopefully, don't nobody grab no clicks. I mean clips on some shit I said that I could be seen deemed as disrespectful or T whatever. But it is what it is. I stand on everything I say. I don't regret anything. So if you ain't willing to listen to watch the whole video, then I don't give a fuck about your opinion on the fucking 5 minute clip. Like so, he said Charlene is in here. Oh, y'all calling royalty out. They probably all are watching. Like I ain't on front. Like I'm not mad. Like I said, I ain't saying I don't got no beef with nobody. I love them all, but at the same time, what they be going through, that shit be childish to me. They're like, damn, bring us some new shit. Like, cause I look at my brother's lifestyle as a TV show, right? Cause that's what he have a platform. This So Cool family. We all watching. Shout out to Tasha. But I feel like my brother's life is a TV show. Everything that he put out is script. I ain't gonna say it's scripted, but it's scripted. But so everything that they do is seem like it's repeated. Like they haven't added anything new to the show. Like so, but it's working for him, right? Like so, I guess like why would you change? Why would you try to fix something that's not broken? Like, but I feel like there's other things they can explore, like that could bring more like content too. Like they just need to tap into that, like whatever that is, that whatever that lane is. But I mean, I'm gonna just stay in my lane though. I'm gonna keep creating for what I got going on. Like this shit, my shit working for me. Like As you can see, there's a whole fucking universe of people who know who I am from one thing, and then there's a whole universe of what I created for myself. Y'all don't even know like who I really am because you know we all too secretive for that. Like humans are like off the rip secretive about who they not secretive, but they don't give off everything. They don't say everything. And that's why a lot of people don't want to be famous. Because they're like, man, I don't want people just looking into my life and like diving in, like trying to find out all this bullshit. But even though I don't have nothing to hide, it's like, why would I put that out there like that? Like, y'all, I don't care for y'all opinions. Like, even though sometimes it's cool to be looking at comments and shit and reading them, and like, but at the same time, when people get good comments or positive comments that'll give them the dickhead or put them in a high mood, happy mood. But when the bad comment comes, that one sticks with them more longer than the good comment. Like so, shit don't even be worth it looking at another motherfucker's opinion. As long as you watch the video, as long as you learn something, that's what matters the most. Like if you didn't learn something while you listen to me speak, then that's probably because you wasn't listening. You had a closed mind. You had other intentions, or it was one of those reasons. Like, but I'm not about to switch up what I'm doing, but I will add different things like shit. If motherfuckers want me to talk more about my brother so I can get the views and the subscribers. Like I said, I already built 35,000 off the strength of me. Like, so I already know it's people that already know that they just don't know where I'm at. So, good way to do. Like, go talk about the subject where they love the most. CJ so cool. But I never wanted to be that individual. Like I said, I wanted to be able to be positive minds only and build this up to 1 million subscribers. But I mean, how long would that take me compared to like, I mean, a universe or like a brand that's over damn near 15 million deep over there. Not just YouTube, but just everything he's created. Like, and I know, I ain't gonna say at least half of them know me, but at least a quarter of them know me. Like, so if I could tap into that, like, that fan base of what I've created along my journey, and just add that to this, and not let that change me, like, come on, we could take over the world. Like, so. And that's what I be needing to do, like, take a break from social media and shit. I feel like ain't no point in always, like, talking about positive minds. I mean, not it ain't even always talking about positive minds only. It's about merging the two together. The CJ So Cool brother version and the positive minds only version. Now, when I put those two together, like, what can I create? Like, what comes out of that? What, yeah, like, what do I do with that? Or where can I go with that? But it's like, I would have to talk more about my brother. I have stories. Like I could like shit. I could talk all day about my brother. But it's like people do that though. These T pages and like drunk, they talk about my brother all day, and I'm like, they getting paid. Like the T page who posted my video, like if she got 300,000 views off that video, like that's bread right there. Like so, and she be posting every day. Like so, she's bringing in income off just like not just my brother, but any other YouTuber. Like so, you can't be mad at that. If they spend their time on that, then it's like, is it really a bad thing to do? Like talk about my brother? I'm like, what? Like, but like I said, I didn't want to just build my fan base. I was not fan base, but I didn't want to build my brand off my own brother. Because then he'll be able to say, hey, you only successful because of my name. Like, but nope, I already started my everything. I already did everything. Like, but I'm just figuring out what works, like, for me. Like, so. That's true. Like, shit. 35,000 is a lot. But, like, yeah, like, 300,000 or 30,000, 35,000. Which one? Should have my brother in the show. Which one? Like CJ, like I'm pretty sure if like CJ was to come on my page or my channel, like that would blow my shit up. Easy. 100% sure. But then I'll have a bunch of comments asking me about CJ. Like they wouldn't be trying to hear it, but you know what? You can always ignore the comments. Once again, fuck the comments. That's the fucking secret. I ain't got to cut the comments off. I don't have to read the comments. Like so, I can say what I say and like just ignore everything else. Like shit, because you know they gonna always be asking about CJ so cool. Like so, but and I can always talk about what I want to talk about. Clickbait. Put my brother's name in the title. Like, see, I ain't trying to get y'all my sauce. Like, so if I do something, I need to keep it to myself. But yeah, like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's working, what's gonna work best for me. Like I said, if a T page posted my clip of me talking about my family, and it got 300 some plus thousand views, it's like, I need to be like tapping into that. Like, why would I like let just T pages post about my own family when I got a YouTube page too? So it's not like I'm stuck in between like a decision or anything, but it's like, hey, I'm just. And if CJ, if my brother is in here, if royalty is in here, I'll probably like, don't do it. Bad idea. But hey, when people say I shouldn't do things, that's when I do it, low key. That's it's not. It ain't even up to nobody else. That's what the T pages definitely hide their face, like, and that's because they don't want to be criticized and they don't want to be talked about, either. Like, so me, I already put myself out there. Like, I'm not about to go hide my face. Like, it is what it is. I'm handsome. What's the worst thing people can do is talk about my background? What the fuck? You know what happened, exactly. That's exactly, bro. Like, come on, that shit. It was a 28-minute live video. Between 30 minutes to an hour after I finished that live stream, the T page picked it up. The video got 300,000 views. 300 plus thousand. Right? Exact. And that's what the whole Jinx, you said the perfect thing. Like when it worked, double down on it. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for that. But Anthony said if you had 300,000, they won't know you like we do. And we grow with you. But they'll be able to grow with me. Like, cause I'm not gonna just like stop what I'm doing. Like I'm gonna continue to give game. Like, but I have to do it in the fashion like that's best done. Like I gotta, hey, bro. CJ probably gonna be mad as fuck, but I don't give a fuck. Cause at the end of the day, like if a T page is doing this shit, multiple, multiple, I'll say 100 different T pages will talk about my brother and what he do. You think like if he be mad about me doing it and he's not gonna stop nobody else, like you can't be mad at me. Like I'm I'm looking at the blueprint of like you said, James. If some shit, if it works, double down on it. That's the first thing. Second, there's 100 different other people who's talking about this. I could just clickbait the shit. I don't have to talk about it. And like literally, like I said, I already have a fan base under the CJ So Cool umbrella. They just don't know where I'm at. Like so, if I just start popping back out, like but just hey, like hell yeah, that's what's gonna work for me. I don't, hey, y'all don't like it. It is what it is. Like so, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But yeah, they're trying out there that will clickbait the title like a mother, but still talk. Exactly. Like, come on, man. But I know how to talk. I ain't about this. Man, they use my video. I seen 2 people, no, 3 people who use my video And I'm like, man, they all just getting way more views than I am on my own page. So I'm like, okay, I know what I gotta do. Like I know what I gotta do. Use the truth. Use the truth. Hey, that's a perfect title. You know, Royalty gonna click the video too. Hey, hell, y'all can just give me the ideas that I need to like just like continue to grow my channel. Like I said, and I ain't gonna read the comments like so. I know they gonna be hating that shit. Right. Okay, that's exactly, Tasha. People like, and at first, you know, it's crazy. At first, when I watched the video, I didn't see my name in the title though. Like I'm gonna be like, I'm like, somebody said it's his page is in the description, but it was in the video of the description, not the description box. But then she ended up putting it in the description box, but like more people had already watched the video, like so. People start looking for the source and everything. Exact. So that's what I gotta do. Like so, and then you know what I am gonna do. I will develop a relationship, a networking relationship with T pages. Like if I got to, like fuck beefing with them. Why beef with somebody that's promoting my name? Whether it's bad publicity, good publicity, if you promoting me and making people come to my page, then I need to build a relation. That's what PRs do. Like shit. So I'm not a PR, but I understand the importance of building relationships with people who have different platforms. Like shit, why wouldn't I network with DJ Academics when I know like shit if he give his push behind a rapper, he can blow them up like Takashi. Well, Takashi blew up and blew down, but still, he put that push behind him and it helped blow him up. Like so, you need to build relationships with different people. Like so, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. So I know people ain't gonna watch to like almost 3 hours into this video, so I ain't gotta worry about them seeing what my strategy is. But when y'all see me do shit, y'all know like, hey, it's because of this conversation we had tonight. Like so, like I'm gonna fucking implement those fucking instead of always trying to come up with a different title to fucking talk about, cause that's what it be like. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I just put a CJ So Cool or royalty title in and just clickbait and just go off the head, like, cause what I really do is I meditate before I get on live because I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, and then I smoke, and then everything else just comes. So all I gotta do is just pick a title, like so. If I gotta clickbait motherfuckers into like coming, they watch it. I know CJ So Cool and royalty fans watch the whole video. Like so that's watched like that's money. I'm telling you, if the T pages is I know a million views bring around like $4,000. Like so if T pages is dropping videos every day and they making hella money off my brother name, I'm like, it's kind of sickening at the same time, but it's like it's kind of genius. So it's like can't be mad. People exactly. Hey, and all I gotta do is get on live stream. Fuck doing the videos. Like I'm a, I'm a, I'm gonna experiment with a video and then like do it with the live stream. So the next live stream is gonna be some CJ So Cool shit. Like so, but yeah, I'll probably get back on tomorrow. Like y'all gonna see me do this shit and see we gonna see. It's gonna be Friday though. Like a lot of people gonna be on YouTube on Friday. I'm incredible. But they always on YouTube for CJ. So we gonna see. I'm about to get out this mug and see y'all tomorrow. Peace.